Sports.
We are Blackmore. We are Detroit.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
It is another gorgeous day in downtown Detroit and a perfect day for Tigers baseball. We welcome you to Comerica Park. Game 3 in this series featuring the Detroit Tigers and the visiting Kansas City Royals. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Tigers baseball. Mario and Pemba alongside Kurt Gibson. Glad to have you with us. Give you a big win for the ball club last night. You get a win here today. You win the series, and that could provide a spark for this team.
Well, absolutely. You know, so much has happened in the last 2 weeks. We always promote winning the series, especially against a good Kansas City team. Then you go into the Boston series. Then you have Kansas City in Kansas City and Houston next week in Houston. So, you know, what will they say when we win all those series? It'll be much differently, and they'll say we're back in it.
All right, now J.D. Martinez made a really good catch in the ball game last night. We seem to concentrate on his offense, but this guy can play some defense too.
Well, I tell you what, I wonder how good can he be? And I asked him today, how good do you want to be? Because we've all seen him do it with the bat, and now we're seeing him with his defense. Everything he does is just so technical. His feet are in the right area all the time to make his arm much more accurate, and he just makes play after play. And this kid is going to be a good one.
Yeah, J.D. Martinez showing out on defense last night really has rounded into a really good two-way player for the Tigers. Well, they'll wrap up this series here against KC. Boston coming up next, but getting it done on the back end. How about Alex Wilson last night, saving the ball game one more time? Tigers-Royals, Game 3 coming up next. for Tigers baseball here today, so we welcome you back to Comerica Park. Tigers Royals in the final game of the series. The starting lineup for KC today, presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Escobar, Zobrist, and Kane at the top of the lineup. Zobrist, not a whole lot of success against Sanchez. Hosmer, Morales, Moustakas in the middle. They've got Rios in right field, Infante at second, and Drew Butera is doing the catching today for Kansas City, and they will face the right-handed offerings of Anibal Sanchez, presented by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
23rd start, ran off a string of 7 of 8 before his last start when he lost to Baltimore. He's got to control the home run ball, specifically to right-handed hitters. There you see the numbers on the year.
And so Sanchez will face a Royals team that comes in first place in the American League Central Division, each team with a win in this series. Alcides Escobar will lead things off. A little bit of a breezy afternoon as well here today at the ballpark. And here we go. The first one is up high to Escobar. He's batting .276. Alcides is just 1 for 8 in the series. Now Sanchez with the 1-0 pitch. Escobar swings right through it.
In the last start against the Orioles, Sanchez actually located the ball pretty good. The Orioles, though, hit some of those pitches, and he kind of got behind in the game, and the home runs put him away.
Home run ball certainly has been up this year for Sanchez. The 1-1 is tapped right in front of the plate. They're going to call it a fair ball, and they're going to tag him out. Escobar didn't even move. Nice play by Avila.
That's an easy one. Hits it right off the end of the bat. He's claiming it hit him, I think. Might have hit him out of the box, if anywhere, which he's automatically out. Nevertheless, Alex picks it up, tags him. That's one away.
The old 2 unassisted.
Don't see many of those.
Here's Ben Zobrist. He will stand in the 2 spot again, the lineup today for Ned Yost.
How do you put that in your book? 2U?
2U. That's how I do it.
See, I have my own little system.
Do?
I put a C. Every ground ball, I put a C for ground ball, and I mark the C where the grounder went.
But there's no C in the word ground ball.
Well, but it's something that's easy to do. When I used to keep score on my manager card,
yeah,
it fit perfect. Nice. It's just a real easy mark to make, and it's very distinguishable. So 1, 2U or 3U, you know, you'll have to decipher between the numbers.
There's a strike called, and the count 2-1. What do you use for a fly ball?
Yeah, fly out. I would just put like to right field a 9, where the 9 is.
So just simply the number on the field.
Yes. Trying to simplify things. I'm a little sloppy with my writing sometimes, you know.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. What if it's a ground ball to the right fielder who throws him out at first base?
And I have to make some notes. Well, how do you do it?
I don't, because it never happens. Well, I guess it could, but.
Yeah, I would make a little note in there. It's 9 assisted.
Zobrist cuts and misses. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Zobrist batting in the 2 slot. Ned Yost made the change coming into the series. He had Moustakas batting second. They bumped him down to 6th in the lineup. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Zobrist is out of there. 2 gone. Here is the Tigers defensive alignment today, presented by Bill Fox Chevrolet. In the outfield, Ghost patrolling center. Collins, another start in left field today. JD in right. Castellanos and Romine in the corners. Iglesias and Kinsler up the middle, with Avila catching. Sanchez pitching. Here is Lorenzo Cain with 2 outs.
I think that was a 3-2 change piece there. Good pitch, got him.
Zobrist looked a little awkward in that swing. There's a strike on Cain. Tigers have done a really good job of limiting a guy that was having a fabulous year. Cain is 0 for 9 in the series.
Ooh.
No, I didn't jinx him. He's going to get him. Watch him. Ground ball to third. Nice play, Castellanos. And Cain is out. He's 0 for 10. A 1-2-3 inning for Anibal Sanchez as we go to the bottom of the first. The starting lineup for Detroit, presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Ghost Kinsler, or Ghost Iglesias, and then Kinsler. And Ian, pretty good numbers in limited at-bats against Ventura. 4 for 6. Martinez, and Collins. And a bottom 3 of Castellanos, Sevilla, Romine getting the shot at first base today. And they are facing Mr. Yordano Ventura.
Yep, he's got a good fastball. I would call it an 80 on the scale of 20 to 80. That's scout lingo. Does get a high percentage of ground balls for a guy that throws so hard. Has a fastball, curveball, change, and occasional cutter.
Well, Ventura, just 24 years old, goes to work. A very slender build as he fires one low and away. It'll be Ghost to start things off, batting .262. One ball, one strike now on Ghost. Anthony in the series 1 for 7. .262 batting average. And Ventura missing outside 2-1.
And Ventura, only 6 feet, 180 pounds, is 24 years old. And we talked about that great fastball he has, but when he just goes with the fastball, he gets some trouble. He's got to mix it up with his other pitches.
I never understood the physiology behind a guy his size and having the ability to throw mid to upper 90s. There have been a few guys in baseball that have been able to do that.
Well, great mechanics, number one, and obviously arm strength, shoulder strength. Just very gifted.
Bouncer right back up the middle. Ghost is on with a leadoff single. It's a good start.
Well, Anthony hits the fastball right here. We're going to take a look at the delivery. Very compact. See the front arm come down, just releases it very smoothly. Good mechanics. Anthony does what he should do with 2 strikes. Make sure you see that ball a little extra second longer. Think middle of the field, and he's rewarded.
Tigers really haven't been all that productive offensively in this series. It's a pretty good combination here now with Iglesias at the plate and Ghost with his speed at first.
But Ventura doesn't give up many stolen bases. I don't think maybe 1 or 2 guys have ever stole off him.
Step on.
Let's see Ghost. He likes to go on that first pitch. Should mix some deeks in there. They want to go first pitch every time. You get another pitch out last time we saw him.
There he goes. Here comes the throw from Butera. It is on the money and out at second base is Ghost. What a throw there by Butera.
Yeah, he throws good, and I just think you know, sometimes it's good just kind of do a little homework, get a better look at when you want to go, how you want to go. I mean, he had a good lead, was moving, but the combination, you see that's a slide step, and Butera right on the money.
So they're empty now. 1 strike the count on Iglesias. That's on the outside edge, 0-2.
The other thing about if you don't steal in situations, catchers like to throw that number 1 down. You get more fastballs, and that's a pitch that's most hittable by Ventura.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Iglesias. 1 for 8 in the series. Kinsler waiting on deck. Little chopper back up the middle. Escobar will charge. Iglesias is out, 2 gone. Here's the Royals defensive alignment brought to you by Tim Hortons. In the outfield, Lorenzo Cain patrolling center. Zobrist in left, the veteran Rios in right. Third to first, it's Moustakas, Escobar, Infante, Hosmer, and, well, you saw Butera showing off his throwing arm. Here is Kinsler. That delivery, by the way, from Ventura was a flat 1. 1.00.
Yeah, that's quick. You want him to be at least 1.3. He knew what he was doing right there. He just went with the slide step. He knew his catcher threw the ball well, and they cut Anthony down.
Kinsler looks at a ball low. 2-0 the count on the Tigers' number 3 man. Ian this year mostly batting second, occasionally batting leadoff, but with Cabrera out and Cespedes gone, Kinsler has assumed the 3 spot in the lineup, and really he has been their hottest hitter.
Boy, he had an incredible road trip. Come back here, swinging the bat good. That's what you want your number 3 guy doing. Here's one that's going to drop in the first.
And when you're going good, you get base hits like that. A little flare that drops into right field.
Just got a good approach, not trying to do too much. Stays inside that ball. Kind of labels it out to right field.
Here is Victor Martinez, who is batting .243. .38 RBIs for Martinez. He is 1 for 8 in the series. Victor knocked in a run yesterday with an RBI ground out in the 4th, and that was the winning run as it turned out. Tigers did a really nice job of shutting down a pretty good offensive team.
Boy, they did. And when you got a guy like Cueto on the mound, you're going to have a good performance from your pitcher. You're going to have to play good defense, and you're going to have to scratch runs out. And he did all 3 last night and got the win.
Martinez shoots it foul, back out of play, 0-2. So if you're Matt Boyd, you got to feel pretty good about the fact you went up against Cueto in your Tigers debut, and you shut him down 1 run in 7 innings.
I think so. Hopefully it remains that easy, but we all know it doesn't. I think both of the young kids that came through and pitched here recently had a little of the surprise factor because the teams really hadn't seen them pitch and didn't have a lot to go on, and they'll make adjustments.
Drill to center field. Kane is on the move. Still going back, and he's going to run it down. He was just gliding to that ball. Hard hit ball by Victor Martinez, but it's swallowed up in center field. Put together a couple of hits in the first, but failed to score. As we go to the second, it'll be Hosmer, Morales, and Moustakas facing the right-hander Sanchez. Tigers and Royals wrapping up this 3-game set, each team with a win so far. And Hosmer looks at ball 1. Pretty good series for Eric Hosmer, who continues to swing a red-hot bat, especially since the All-Star break. He's over 400 since the All-Star break.
He's just having a solid year. This kid has really developed. Remember when they had the World Baseball Classic, I watched him, and he was just really up and coming, and now he has arrived, not only offensively, but the picks that he makes over there at first base. He saves everybody errors if they have an errant throw. Just a really good player.
He made a backhanded pick last night at first base that was pretty good, to say the least. And there's a line drive to left, base hit. So they've not been able to slow Hosmer down. Well, Gibby, what did you think about the 2 youngsters that have thrown for the Tigers?
Yeah, so far so good. Let's take a look. First, Daniel Norris. We were there in Baltimore, and he just came out with such composure. I think he had 1 walk. Went deep into the game, and then last night, Matt Boyd, same thing. They got the sneaky stuff fastball-wise. Their changeups are very good. Off-speed stuff is a work in progress, but very encouraging the first time through.
Swing and a miss by Morales. The thing about Boyd last night is he got a ton, and I mean a ton, of fly ball outs, which in this ballpark, especially out to center field, those are easy outs.
In this ballpark especially.
Tigers have shifted the defense now with 1 strike on Morales. Castellanos moves to the other side. He'll shoot that one in the air to right field. It is sinking, and it's going to drop in. Base hit. There's nobody at second base. So Hosmer will be able to move up.
Yeah, that's what happens sometimes when you put the shift on. That ball right there, JD unable to get it in the air, and a little bit of miscommunication. You look right in this area right here, a little bit of miscommunication on who's going to cover second base. And JD is going to try and go to second base for the force out, but unfortunately we had the mix up, so we have first and second, nobody out.
Iglesias broke to third on that play, and second base was left vacant. So the Royals, instead of a force there, will have first and second.
Just we take another look at, I think maybe in between innings, I think maybe he was breaking for the cutoff.
There's a ball low, 1-0 the count on Mike Moustakas.
Nevertheless, you practice those scenarios many times, but you get into the game, sometimes it's just it's a different look. You have different thoughts. Well, you got to find a way out of it.
Fouled back out of play. You think defenses now are caught in those types of situations a little bit more because they're really not used to some of these alignments, and it's a little bit of a learning curve?
I think so. And you know, here you brought Castellanos all the way across the diamond after 1 pitch. He stayed there for 1 pitch. So, you know, it takes time to adjust maybe your mindset. So they weren't like that the first pitch, only the second pitch. Then he hits it, and there's some bit of a confusion.
Meanwhile, 2-1 on Moustakas.
Thinking double play right here if I'm Anibal Sanchez.
Moustakas in the series 2 for 8. He's had a double. Now the count goes to 3-1. Waiting on deck is Rios. Well, let's see. Moustakas has bounced into 9 double plays. Here's the 3-1. High. He lost it. Ball 4. That's going to load him up. With nobody out.
Well, as you go down the lineup of the Kansas City Royals, not really very good numbers against Sanchez. So even though we got the bases loaded, you got to limit the damage right here. Alex Rios is not swinging the bat well this year. Maybe we can get a double play somehow. Don't try and make a great play and compound the problem that we have going right now. You want to just, like I said, cut this inning off. Minimal damage.
He will throw from the windup, and Rios looks at a strike on the inside part of the plate. Early scoring chance for the Royals after they went down 1-2-3 in the first inning.
1-2-3, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's pretty good right now. Ground ball right back at the pitcher. Checked it low and away.
I have to trick my scorebook out on that one. 123.
You know, if I were to look at your score sheet right now, I probably wouldn't be able to read it. You've got your own code.
You got to have code. You have a code on your phone, don't you?
I do, but I'm still trying to figure out C for a ground ball. It is fouled back out of play.
Well, again, it's real easy to write when you're managing a game. C, ground ball. You put it where it goes. Self-explanatory instead of the
of course
2U.
Well, with the 2U, I know that it was hit in front of the plate and the catcher made the play.
Well, my memory tells me that it was that way as well.
Oh, okay. Sanchez long look in. The catcher Avila. And that one was close. 2-2 on Rios. Anibal has lost his last 2 after that 7-game winning streak. Now the 2-2 offering. Rios grounds it foul at home plate. The other thing about Sanchez and the Royals is that Anibal in his career has pretty much owned the Royals, a 6-3 record, but more impressively, his ERA versus KC is under 2. He's been very stingy against the KC offense. But he's got a problem here with the bases loaded. Rios waiting patiently.
Yeah, having a hard time getting on the same page here. Sanchez and Alex Avila.
Checked it. Did he go? Did not, says first base umpire Mike Malinsky.
Well, Sanchez kind of nibbling a little bit here in the last 2 hitters. Got to get that ball on the plate. And I don't think he went. Right call.
Pretty close. He just missed with his location. Line drive, foul ball, and just barely foul. Man, that looked like it kicked up paint.
The umpire did it. Marty Foster down there. Looks like he had a good look at it. I didn't see no paint there, but good break for the Tigers. We certainly didn't want that ball, to be fair, with the bases loaded here in the second, I should say.
So the count stays 3-2 on Alex Rios. He's had a double and 3 hits in the series. Sanchez and Avila having trouble communicating here, so Rios steps out.
Well, you have a catcher back there who maybe has a feel at a pitch, but maybe Sanchez doesn't feel like he can throw that pitch.
And he lost him, ball 4, to force in a run.
Very good a visit here.
Bases loaded walk for Rios. That'll be his 18th RBI. And here comes Jeff Jones. It sometimes can be a battle of wills, can it? I mean, the catcher wants a certain pitch. The pitcher ultimately is responsible for what he throws.
He's got to have confidence in the ability to throw the pitch, and he knows what he feels like he can throw and what he wants to throw. So, if the catcher ultimately wants that pitch, he could go out there and have a talk with him. But Alex chose to stay behind the plate. Sanchez threw his pitch, did not get the strike.
Well, they're still loaded now. A run in, nobody out. Here is Omar Infante.
You want to watch it right here. Omar Infante likes the fastball, and he likes it early. Got to make a good pitch right out of the gate.
And he'll take a strike.
I tell you, Omar Infante's had a really good major league career. He started here with the Tigers. He actually came up with Ramon Santiago. They were our middle infield defense. Went on to Atlanta. He's been around the league, and now with KC, he's had a very, very good career. Very good ball player.
The 0-1. Line drive up the middle. That's a base hit. 1 run will score. Morales, Moustakas rounding third. He will score. Throw coming into third base, not in time. And Infante will take second. It's a 2-run single for Infante to make it a 3-0 game.
Well, this looks like a hanging slider right here, and Infante jumps all over it. Just saying, hit me right there, out of the reach of Iglesias into center field. And actually, I think this ball went to the wrong base. You always want to keep that double play in line, and we're going to show this to you, I believe, from over top. And as you can see the runner coming around here, it's going to be Infante. Watch how he reads the high throw. When goes to third base, on to second goes the runner. Now you have second and third, still nobody out with no double play in line.
Swing and a miss by Butera.
There you can see it right here. Early in the game especially, sometimes you have to concede runs to cut innings off.
Popped him up right side of the infield. This will be a first step at least as Romine hauls it in. First out of the inning.
And boy, that out.
One gone. This is a Royals team. This is how they win games. I mean, they string together hits, but it's also a team, Gibby, that doesn't walk a whole lot. Yet they have 2 base on balls here in the second.
Yeah, they really don't walk very much, but they have 5 in the previous several games. And you say they got a couple today to prove us wrong, but they put the ball in play and they make the opponent play good defense. If you make mistakes, they capitalize.
The Royals came in with 216 walks, which was dead last in the American League. But they have struck out the fewest times as well. Escobar bounced right in front of the plate his first time up. There's a drive into left field. It's going to be caught by Collins. Runner will tag, but hold.
Base running mistake there by Alex Rios. He wanted to go back to that bag immediately. He did not do it. And Collins puts it away. See him right here. You want to go right back to that bag immediately. Collins did a good job of coming into the area, securing the ball and getting rid of the ball very quickly. Rios could not score.
So now Sanchez has a good chance here to limit the damage if he can get Ben Zobrist. Ball 1. Zobrist struck out in the first. 3 runs on 3 hits in this inning for Kansas City. Two balls, no strikes. We mentioned the Royals don't like to walk, but Zobrist is a little bit different in his approach. His on-base percentage has always been high. He's always been a guy that draws his walks.
And you remember the first at bat, lots of off-speed pitches, so he's probably going to be making an adjustment against Sanchez this at bat.
2-1. Tigers have some action now here. Buck Farmer warming up in their bullpen.
Yeah, with the way their bullpen is constructed now, they've got plenty of length down there with Green, Buck Farmer. So we're going to have a short leash today, it looks like.
Broken bat, ground ball to first base, and Sanchez covers and does a nice job of minimizing the damage. Royals will score 3, and we go to the bottom of the second.
like we're home, and this is it was rocking the night. It was awesome, and it meant a lot that all the fans did that. So it was sweet. Never gonna forget it.
What a great sentiment there to go over to Norris and say it feels like we're home here.
Yeah, it does. And of course, the fans were great to him. And actually, both of them. You and I talked to him today. Said he was nervous in his bullpen, but not when he got on the mound, on the field in the game.
J.D. Martinez starting things off.
Very respectful young man. You remember what he called me?
Well, he said Mr. Gibson.
I know. What's that about?
Like, what's that about is right. Here's a strike called 0-2. That's all right. I mean, it's good to see guys act that way. And, Norris is the same way. Daniel, very, very bright guy, very respectful guy.
He also threw out a Mario Speedwagon, didn't he? The new nickname for Mario.
No.
I thought that's what I heard him say. Is your name Mario Speedwagon? These kids, I mean, they're on the social media. The word flies. I thought it was an excellent choice. It
is a very good choice. I will admit, they used to call me that in high school, actually, among other things. There's a ball low. 1-2 the count on JD. It'll be Martinez, Collins, and Castellanos. Ventura gave up 2 singles, but was helped out when Butera threw a runner out, trying to steal. That was Gose.
And while we were talking, you got to watch Ventura. He's been doing that quick pitch. You see, normally he just does his regular windup when he quick pitches. As soon as his glove comes up, he just goes right to the plate, starts trying to throw off the timing of the hitter. Here's a quick pitch right here. And you watch with the slow one, it's a little different.
It's something Cueto did quite a bit last night. That's part of his routine.
I think got to give him credit for trying to mix it up.
Bouncing ball left side. Easy play there for Moustakas. Throw is on the money. 1 gone. That'll bring up Tyler Collins, who earned another start here today for Detroit. Collins had only 1 hit last night. It was a double, but all 3 at bats he hit the ball hard.
Yeah, you come up here and you get comfortable and you get an opportunity and you show what you can do. And last night, like you say, he earned himself another start. A little surprised, but it's the right thing to do. James McCann not catching today. It's been a while since he's had a day off, and you have to give your catchers days off. On the other side, Kansas City doing the same thing. Perez is getting a day off.
Collins finished 1 for 3 last night, batting .263 at the major league level. That is popped into shallow center field, and it's going to drop. Base hit.
That's a beauty.
1-out single for Collins.
Looks like they just had to reach for it off the end of the bat. Falls nicely in between the shortstop and the center fielder. You see, looks like Kane didn't get a great jump on that ball. Day games are always tough. It's bright and sunny. You got a lot of white shirts and hats in the stands. It's up to Nick.
Castellanos hit .242. We're talking about the differences in hitting in the minor leagues and the big leagues. I've heard a lot of guys say that in some ways it is easier to hit in the major leagues because the lighting is better, the conditions are better, the fields are better.
I agree. At night especially, the backdrops are better. The batter's eye is better, and certainly have a great one here. In fact, this is one of the better ones.
Bouncer back up the middle. Escobar will flip to second, one, relay to first. That is a double play as Escobar was flipped at second base by Collins, or Infante rather. Flipped by Collins.
You got to go in there hard. You got to make them turn it. Don't concede it. Did a good job. There you see Tyler Collins right there.
Just a good hard slide, although it was a tad late. Double play. Tigers baseball today presented by Bell Tire. Hard to second base, trying to break up a double play. The Royals still turned it, though. And for Kansas City, it'll be Lorenzo Cain, Eric Hosmer, Kendrys Morales in the third, facing Sanchez. Sandoval threw 27 second inning pitches. And Cain takes strike one, 0-1.
Yeah, that slide by Collins, I didn't think it was dirty, but we'll stay tuned here to see if the Royals did pay special attention to his next bat.
Here's the 0-1. There's a strike call. Well, it seemed maybe a little bit late, but he was right on the bag.
Yeah, but I mean, I think you want to slide late because you want to get closer, and the longer you run, the faster you are, and the closer you can get to him. But I thought Omar Infante, for a veteran guy, he acted like he didn't think he was going to come after him. And that wasn't the case. If you're Tyler Collins and you got a shot up at the big league club,
You got to make that move.
You're gonna go all out. Not going to concede anything.
Cain waits on an 0-2. Swing and a miss. The struggles of Lorenzo Cain continue. Avila's not going to win that race, so he throws to first.
Not at all. He had no shot at winning that race.
One away here in the third.
You got a guy like Lorenzo Cain, a guy who plays every day, and he's having a great year. He's really turned into a very good ball player. It's hard, I'm telling you, especially the 90 days as you get into August. So you tend to have some streaks where you can't get it together, but you always want to keep yourself in the lineup because he's an explosive player and he can always explode and make a great game-winning play.
That's bounced deep behind the bag at first, and Romine will hit the pitcher Sanchez, covering. 2 gone. Time for a game break now. We check in with Mickey York. All right, Mick, thanks. Here it is, 3-0. The Royals got all 3 of theirs in the second. Shift is on for Kendrys Morales. Who, by the way, extended his hitting streak to 7 in a row with a base hit in the 3-run second. Oh, 0-2.
You can see the Tigers shifting Morales again. There's a reason for that.
And the 0-2. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes on the veteran DH Kendrys Morales.
He's really coming back. Remember, he had that bad ankle. Was it the ankle?
It was the ankle. He broke it.
Celebrating at home plate on a home run.
Or it might have been his leg. One of the two. It wasn't good either way.
No, I think it was his ankle, and really took a lot out of him. It was taking him a while to get back to full speed. Here's his hits by direction. Lots to right field there. The Tigers on the ground are playing him to hit the ball that way. See, Castellanos moved over.
Well, Morales has been a big reason why this Royals team has been able to click offensively. He has had 38 two-out RBIs this year. 38 of his 74 have come with 2 outs.
Yeah, he's always been able to hit, being a switch hitter. That helps balance your lineup.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Morales had that huge year with the Angels. He came up with the Angels system, and many predicted stardom for him. And then, as he mentioned, he had that mishap celebrating a home run at home plate. Swing and a miss. Sanchez floated one up there, and Morales cuts and misses. Good bounce back inning for Anibal. 1-2-3 third.
That ain't going to happen here. As awkward as it has been, it's also been a blessing. It's a very unique situation. And sometimes it runs its course. I don't know. But coach and his son always played and was a fourth batter. That ain't going to happen here. As awkward as it has been, it's also been a blessing. It's a very unique situation. And sometimes it runs its course. I don't know. But, it is where it is, and as a family, we deal with it.
It was Al Avila just a couple of days ago talking about his son Alex, who will get things started here in the Tigers' third inning, and it will be an issue for the Tigers in the offseason. Alex is a free agent. Yeah, the offensive numbers have fallen off. Still a very good catcher. He's had a little bit of the knee problem, and where you balance it is with the amount of time and games that Alex has played, is the salary structure goes way up, so you have to allocate as the general manager the dollars, and do you want to pay for that type of production? And that's where you've got to take the business approach. You can't look at it as I'm doing this to my son, so he's got to treat him the same as he's going to any other player. And having said all that, it still has to be a little bit awkward. There's a ball low to Avila, but as you mentioned, it is the business part of the game, which is huge. Yeah, and so if he's on another team and you're playing against him, that's maybe a little bit awkward. But do you want to beat him? Of course, you got to do what's right for the club. You got to do what's right for the team. 3-0 on Avila. Hey, he can get some walks, though, can he? He can, man. He's got a great eye at the plate. He's very patient. He's willing to take a strike. Just hasn't caught many games. That knee, I think, is a little fragile. Way outside. Ventura with a 4-pitch walk to begin things here in the third. Leadoff man on. Hey, Fiesta Tigres is this Saturday. The Tigers battle the Boston Red Sox at 7:08. Enjoy live music. Pregame ceremony honoring former Tiger Placido Polanco. Call 866-66-TIGER. Visit tigers.com. What are you laughing about over there? You know what? What? What kind of dance do they do there? It's salsa. Are you good at it? No. Are you kidding me? I'm reading a promo and you're laughing at me. Yeah. Well, I can't help but think of you being in that. Was it a costume? Is that sombrero? Yeah. Yeah. Throw a sombrero on. Yeah, that would be pretty funny, actually. Just trying to keep you lightened up. Here's Romine. 1 ball, no strikes on Romine. All of a sudden, now 5 have missed the strike zone in a row from Ventura. And he's facing the bottom of the Tigers lineup. Romine is at 284. Way outside, and that's going to bring a visit out to the mound now. Mr. Butero go out and have a talk with the young pitcher. It's a pretty good veteran move right there. He's not going to wait any longer. Going to try and get him back on track. Of course, if you're the Tigers and you're Andrew Romine right here, do you take one automatically, keep the pressure on him, or do you risk swinging at a bad pitch and helping him out? He's taking, and he missed again. 3-0. Yeah, you got to make him throw a strike now for sure. Romine had a 2-run single against Ventura the last time these two teams met. With Ventura on the mound. There's a strike. 3-1. Looks like Ventura just missed an arm side, so it's a mechanical thing. Got to try and fix it on the mound. And he lost him. Back-to-back walks against the 8 and 9 hitters here in the third. He's going to bring up the top of the order now. Goes back in the second inning. Anibal Sanchez walked back-to-back. Moustakas and Rios. Actually, Rios walked with the bases loaded. So let's hope that the Royals reciprocate. Give us some free passes and we can score some runs this inning. Ghost had a single back in the first, but it was caught trying to steal by Butera. Anthony's second hit in the series. he spins one in there for a strike. Tigers had 2 hits in the first, failed to score. They had a base hit in the second, but hit into a double play. Swing and a miss.
Well, good adjustment here by the Royals. Couldn't get the fastball over. He's went with 2 breaking balls to Anthony Ghost. Pretty good one too. Good depth to it. Goes way down out of the zone.
Swing and a miss. Got away from Butera, but not far enough. Ghost is out on 3 pitches.
He had a pretty good idea. After the first 2, he couldn't get the third. Made sure he buried it. Anthony out on strikes. He didn't see that ball good at all.
Nothing but breaking stuff for Ghost, and that is the first strikeout for Ventura, so he needed that. That'll bring up Iglesias. Tigers coming into this game were 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Iglesias bounced out 6-3 his first time up. And Ventura backs him out of there 1-0.
Just watching Jose Iglesias here for this last 3 weeks, just really am impressed with his bat speed. You see him face these guys with good velocity. Just a very quick bat, gets the head out. I don't see him cheating at all. That's very good for a nice, long, productive career.
Came in batting .298 in the 2 spot in the Tigers lineup. Has been hitting mostly 9th this year. There's a strike call, 2-1.
I mean, you got Iglesias, who's young, good-looking bat, good-looking glove. We talked about J.D. Martinez, young, Nick Castellanos, they're both glove and bat. Very encouraging.
Chopper to third base, foul. You can throw McCann in that mix as well.
Yeah,
good young player.
Absolutely, James McCann. He's handled the bat very well and actually improving defensively by the day. You know, working on his pitch framing, his throwing is well above average. Got a great base. Be a very good catcher for many years to come.
Here's the 2-2. Line drive, base hit, left field. They're going to stop the runner at third base and leave him loaded now. A single by Iglesias. Dave Clark did not want to push the issue down at third.
Well, Iglesias, he gets the breaking ball too, but he stays back so nice. Look, he just stays back, hanging. It's a rocket to left field. And Alex Avila is just not he's just not fast, and Clarkie doing the right thing down there at third base by stopping him. Ben Zobrist up with that ball quickly and got it in.
And now you've got Kinsler coming up there with the bases full, 1 out. .287 with the bases loaded for Kinsler.
Fastball in.
Strike 1 on Ian.
Pretty tough pitch right there. Good take by Ian Kinsler. Something that you don't want to offer at in this situation. Bases loaded. That's a pitcher's pitch. Let it go. Hope you get a better pitch later in the at bat.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And on the 2 walks, Ventura missing to the right-handed batter's box side of the plate, and Butera going in there just knows his pitcher's a little more comfortable throwing it there, making 2 good pitches so far in Kinsler.
Did he go? Did not.
Well, that was close. And he says, they said he didn't go down there. Mike Winters. Actually, that was Mike Molinsky.
So it's 1-2.
on the breaking ball here.
Ground ball to short. This might be 2. 6-4. Saved at first base, and a run will score. They beat it out. Tigers are on the board.
Good hustle by Ian right here. This pitch very tough by the Royals right here. He's starting to lob with a couple of fastballs in. Breaking balls away. Escobar to Omar Infante. Ty goes to a runner. Whoever said that?
I don't know where that was made up. I think Little League.
We'll see. Ian gets out of the box pretty good on the ball down and away. Beats it out. Tigers are on the board, as you said. 3-1.
And they now have Victor Martinez coming up. Kinsler's 48th RBI. Victor hits one foul back out of play. Martinez fly to center field, hit the ball extremely hard back in the first inning, chasing Kane back.
Need to get Victor going here. Need him to get hot. He's capable. Been struggling as of late.
Strike call, now 0-2 on Martinez. Ventura was actually sent down to the minor leagues, was optioned to Omaha, and then was recalled about 24 hours later when Jason Vargas went on the disabled list.
Send a little message, did they?
Yep.
Actually, his velocity was going down, and it started to come back about mid-July, so he's back up there where he belongs.
Way high, 1-2. Ventura had one of the best rookie seasons in Royals history last year. Was 14-10 with an ERA of 3.20. This will be his 25th pitch in this third inning. High again, 2-2.
Yeah, he was a young kid, as you said. He was at 183 innings. One of the things they were talking about is, you know, how far do we go with him? How far do we push him? Tigers are going to have to go through that with their young pitchers as well. How many innings do they want to allow them to pitch this year? They're both at about 120 innings right now. They're thinking about 170, 180.
Brad said something interesting this morning when he was asked about pitch counts for young pitchers, and he brought up a good point. He said, well, yeah, we do have pitch counts these days, but guys are still having a lot of Tommy John surgery, so he's not sure there's any anything that's equal between the two.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. I think you just monitor how tough the innings are. If you have long innings of 35, 40 pitches or something like that, you might want to get them out of there a little earlier.
Another foul back out of play.
But on the other end of it, you want to extend them as far as you can, because you want them to be able to throw 200 innings per season. So you want to push them up safely as far as you can. In the minor leagues, they only go to September generally. So in the major leagues, you're going to at least October, and if you're in the postseason, you're going into October. So they got to get built up, and you do the best you can.
High, towering fly ball to right.
Perry.
Drifting back, Rios, track, wall, looks up, and it's going to go! Martinez with a towering home run to right, and the Tigers have the lead.
Well, as Victor touches home plate, this is what we need right here. Gets reward here. I don't think he thought this ball was gone when he first hit it. Take a look at the swing right here. He just fouled 2 pitches off to stay alive in this at bat. And this ball gets up in the air. It has backspin, and it's a nice sunny day. You get that convective activity, which means the heat is rising from the ground. He doesn't look too convinced, but big home run there. Tigers lead 4-3.
Convective activity.
I think that's right.
Really?
Look it up.
It's pretty good. Those words uttered for the first time ever on a Tigers broadcast.
You're busting my tail, aren't you?
J.D. Martinez, the hitter. Watch this convective activity here. That thing did carry. And Victor, I don't think you're right. I think he didn't think it was out.
Well, he was hoping, but he could tell he got the backspin on it. You know, maybe part of the thing when guys use bats for BP too, sometimes they use them a lot to try and get the threat, kind of the grain to stand up on the bat. And when you mix that with the convective activity, you got a shot.
You got 3-run homers.
I'm way out there today. Been hanging around with Rex Hudler too much.
There's a base hit to center, and the Tigers now are beating up on Ventura. Well, he got the ground ball that looked like might be a double play to end the inning, but Kinsler beat it out, and that turns out to be a huge play in this inning.
It is the big play of the inning. Like you said, got out of the box, hustled all the way, direct route, keeps it alive, and Victor Martinez with the big home run to follow.
So a quick visit to the mound. That home run, by the way, for Victor is 7th of the year. We'll bring up Tyler Collins. Tigers fell behind 3-0, but answer with a 4 spot here in the 3rd. Oh, 1 on Collins. Tyler had a bloop single back in the 2nd, 2 hits in the series. Oh, 2. This is the 8th man to bat in the inning here for the Tigers. RBIs for Kinsler and 3 for Martinez. Ball inside, and the count 1-2. A 35 pitch inning right now for Yordano Ventura. That ball's hit well to right field. Rios, though, going to have a beat on this one right to the warning track. Big inning for the Tigers. The capper provided by Victor Martinez. 3-run shot. Tigers have the lead. Mike Moustakas will lead things off for the Royals, which brings us to the Bernstein advantage, and it's been Sanchez that has had the advantage over Moustakas. 3 for 18 for the left-handed batting third baseman. He looks at a strike to start things off here in the 4th. Sanchez, nice bounce back inning in the 3rd. He struck out a couple of batters after that 3-run lengthy 2nd. Here's the 0-1. That's in there. Now it's 0-2 on Moustakas. Walked and scored a run in the second. Now time called as he steps out. Moustakas hit just a little over 200 for the season last year, but boy, he came on in the postseason with 5 home runs in the postseason. That's outside 1-2. In fact, 2 of those were extra inning home runs. Royals had that magical run last year, getting all the way to the World Series from a wild card position. That'll get back out of play. Moustakas to be followed by Rios and then Infante as Sanchez works against 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup.
Good shutdown inning here. Tigers score 4. You know, we were talking about earlier when the Royals scored on 2 walks. Tigers, at the beginning of the inning, also got 2 walks. They both scored, I believe, didn't they?
They did.
So obviously very important. Anibal Sanchez, no free passes.
Ripped foul. Yeah, the Tigers got walks from Avila and Romine, the 8 and 9 hitters against Ventura, and that got things rolling in the third.
Strikeout by Ghost. Iglesias with the single. Kinsler beats out the double play and then the big home run.
One and 2 on Mike Moustakas. And he just missed with it. 2-2 on the third baseman. Royals 20 over coming into play today, 63 and 43. Tigers again trying to inch back up to 500. They're 3 games under. Missed again, 3-2.
Boy, that's frustrating when you want to come out and you want to get quick outs and shut him down this inning. I know Mr. Jones over there in the dugouts pulling for Sanchez right here to get this pitch. No free passes. Going with the changeup.
High fly ball, shallow right field. Kinsler is back on it, and he'll make the play. 1 gone. Check in with Johnny Kane now. He's got an update on Alex Gordon, one of the stars that's out of the lineup for KC.
Yeah, guys, it's been about a month since Alex Gordon went on the disabled list with a severe groin injury, and here in Detroit he hit off a tee for the first time in a long time as he continued to work his way back. He's not expected back in the lineup until late this month, but he's doing some different agility work out there and firing that pigskin around as well. So he's loosening up a little bit, and then when Kansas City gets back home after this 10-game road trip, then he'll actually hit outdoor BP as well. So we won't see him in the next series, but certainly in September when the Tigers and Royals meet up, we'll have to contend with the 4-time Gold Glover. Go back up to the booth with Mr. Gibson and Mario Speedwagon.
Yeah, great. That's drilled in the air to center and caught there by Ghost. Mr. Gibson.
It's good. Good one.
He dropped the Speedwagon on me, too.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think you finally like that. But it's going to be interesting when Alex Gordon comes back. I think it'll be more into September. And they'll take a look at this injury that happened way back in July 8th. Kind of ugly in Tampa. Wall snuck up on him. But he's obviously going to go back to left field. He's probably one of the best, if not the best, left fielders in the game. Then they got Ben Zobrist to move around. I think that Omar Infante continues to struggle with the bat. You might see Zobrist over at second base. Just settles their depth really well for them when Gordon comes back.
Well, they've really been able to get by without him quite well. Of course, Miguel Cabrera, the update on him is Brad said before the game today that he wouldn't be surprised if he came back toward the end of the next road trip or the beginning of the next homestand, which is, I guess, what the timetable called for, mid-August. There's a strike called on Infante.
Well, it's been interesting without him because, of course, he's the big guy in the lineup and he's one of the best hitters in the game. We were talking earlier. I asked the question, Did it help us in the long run? Did it help our young kids kind of emerge? And they've picked it up pretty well without Miggy, but you insert him back in there, and it just makes this Tigers lineup more potent and more consistently potent.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Infante. Well, Iglesias has stepped up. Kinsler has stepped up. JD has stepped up. That'll miss outside. 2-2. McCann.
It's good looking young nucleus. Tigers have a very good outlook for the future. They get everybody back together. Experience starts to catch up with some of these young kids.
Full count now on Infante. Sanchez has retired 8 straight since the 2-run single by Omar back in the second. Swing and a miss. Infante goes down. And the inning is over. 9 in a row for Anibal. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be when it's time. Come to Comerica. Chrysler, enjoy your summer in style with great deals at the Chrysler Summer Clearance Event. And by Dean's Country Fresh Ice Cream, get real. It is a nice day here in the Motor City, although it's hard to believe. Here we are in the month of August, and the temps are in the low 70s.
Very nice.
Very nice indeed. Very comfortable here at the yard.
No humidity. Just warm enough. Very comfortable day for the crowd, and a good game we got on our hands.
And Castellanos will lead it off for the Tigers. 1 ball, no strikes to Castellanos. Hey. 1-1. So Ventura trying to bounce back after a long inning in the third, in which he gave up the lead, a 4 spot for the Tigers. See if the Tigers keep the pressure on. 2-1.
Yeah, good shutdown inning by Anibal. 35 pitches, I think, last inning for Ventura. So, as you said, you want to keep the pressure on, make him keep working, getting that bullpen.
Fouled away.
This Kansas City team, their back-end bullpen has been so good, really going on 2 years. Greg Holland, Wade Davis, and Calvin Herrera. It's very dominating. You don't want to get behind going into those 3. It's been a great equalizer for Kansas City. Pretty much, if you're behind in the 7th inning, you're not going to win the game. So, want to add to this lead as we have here as we're in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, the Royals also have gotten pretty good outings and efforts from Hochevar now. Has made him a lot deeper, and Madsen has made him a lot deeper.
Yeah, Ryan Madsen come back. He was injured a couple of years ago, and now getting back, has his velocity back. Of Chris Medlin, isn't he? He's in their bullpen. Got Chris Young in the system. So a good mix of youth and experience. Done a pretty good job. Ned Yost gets criticized for some of his moves, but he's smart. He's sly like a fox.
As a former manager, I think you can kind of relate to sometimes having your moves criticized. And one of the things they've always said about Ned was he's too much in love with the bunt.
Well, I mean, that's part of his philosophy. He believes in using it when he uses it. I know as players like him, you can tell by the way they play for him. He runs a tight ship. They play good defense. They play the game the right way. They stick up for each other. And he sticks up for them, I mean, all the time, which I think is a great trait for a manager.
2-2 on Castellanos. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. One away here in the fourth. Well, it's time now for you to tweet your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag Detroit DataStrongFan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. Here's the part of the lineup that got Ventura in trouble last inning. He walked Avila on 4 straight to begin that 4-run third. Then he walked Romine, the number 9 hitter.
On 5 pitches as well.
Fouled away 0-1. You were talking about Ventura on the 20-80 scale. That's the scale that scouts use. And what on that scale, what 50 is what major league average?
Yeah, 50 is major league average. You don't see many 80s. That's top of the scale. You know, anything below 50 would be below average, obviously. But they have a present as Alex rolls one over to Hosmer. On the average, you know, they have a present score, and then they have a future score. So it might say, you know, present 55, future 65, which would put you above average. So when you see the scouts in the stands, they're making their reports. You see them writing. They're making their notes, and they transfer those to a kind of a form report, and it goes into a computer. And those are the reports that are used when somebody might make a trade, or you know, during the trade deadline, off season, or whenever.
Here's Romine, who swings and misses. So what would Miguel Cabrera's hitting tool be rated?
It's going to be a 70 or 80. He's going to be as high as there is. Obviously well above average.
The 0-1.
And you know, it's different for different scouts.
Yeah.
One scout might see it as a 80, one might see it as a 70. It's 65, but when you're a 70, who's counting?
Exactly.
Pretty darn good.
2 balls, 1 strike. Scouting, a very interesting profession, because as you say, one guy might see it one way and another guy might see it another way.
Well, and if you're Alavia, he wants to see the different reports.
So the 1-2-3 inning for Ventura is exactly what he needed. We played 4 here at Comerica Park. It's still 4-3 Detroit. Troy Hawkins last night recorded a save for the Blue Jays and has at least one save against all 30 major league teams.
That's incredible.
It's amazing. Of course, he's been around a long time.
Yeah, Mets are on their way, huh? 5-0 since acquiring Yoenis Cespedes.
It's an exciting day around Major League Baseball. 3 walk-offs yesterday. The pennant race is really starting to heat up now. Drew Butera leads it off.
Yeah, the games mean so much nowadays, and every day that passes by, more pressure to win the ball game.
Butera popped up. That was in his first at bat, and he has a half-hearted swing for strike 2. Sanchez really did a nice job. He gave up 3 runs in the second, but there were runners at second and third and nobody out. And he stopped it right there. He got a pop-up, a line out, and a ground out.
Yeah, he did. It's a big play of the game so far. We talked about it, and as Butera gets caught looking.
5 strikeouts now for Sanchez. Well, baseball's playoff race is starting to get into high gear, as we mentioned. Saturday, we've got a doubleheader starting with the Dodgers taking on the Pirates. Then at 7 Eastern, the National League Central leading Cardinals battle the Brewers in a game you can see only on Fox Sports 1. Coverage begins at 3:30 Eastern, only on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Another excuse me type swing, this time from Escobar.
That tells you something. Tells you that slider's getting the tighter spin, and hitters aren't picking it up as well.
He tried to lay down a bunt and sent it back to the screen. 0-2.
Sneak attack. Fortunately for the Tigers, didn't get it down.
Escobar is 0 for 2 in the game. Got him. Strike 3. Sanchez on a roll now. 2 gone.
Well, you can see the effect that the tight slider is having on these Kansas City Royals hitters right now. Gets him on a couple of sliders early. You see the excuse me swings, and now back-to-back batters take the 3rd strike. Well-placed fastball right on the outside corner. We call that borderline down, borderline away. There's 2 away. 2 strikeouts here in the 5th.
Here's Ben Zobrist. Strikeout, ground out for Zobrist, who in his 2 at-bats really has not looked all that comfortable against Sanchez. 269 overall this year. 1-1. Honeyball now has struck out 5 of the last 8 that he's faced. 2-1 on Zobrist. Here's our Comerica Bank game summary. Victor Martinez 3-run shot. That has been the biggest hit so far in this game. See the numbers on Sanchez and Ventura. The Ventura is up to 75 pitches now. A little golf shot in the air to center, and Ghosts on the move. Zobrist is out. Another 1-2-3 for Aníbal Sanchez. Tigers baseball this afternoon presented by Bell Tire. Bell Tire. Get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. Myers, save big with M-Perks from Myers. Sign up at mperks.com. And by Chevrolet, find new roads. Sun-splashed afternoon here at the ballpark. The Tigers and the Royals get together here for the final game in this 3-game series. Bottom of the 5th is on tap now. Yordano Ventura goes back to the hill. Anthony Gose will start things off for Detroit. Gose drops down a bunt. Looks like a good one. Ventura going to have to quickly throw it, and he nearly threw it away.
Yeah, this is a good play right here. And when you bunt in the major leagues, you got to be able to stop the ball because the infielder is so good at coming in on it. You see, Dead's right there, right at the edge of the grass and the dirt. Pushing that good speed. Didn't have my clock. It was probably under 4 seconds running from home to first. Anthony Gose is on for the second time today.
Here is Iglesias. Single ground out for Iglesias. That, by the way, was the 7th Tigers hit in this game. The Royals have only 3 hits.
I'm told 3.7 seconds for Anthony Gose.
There you go.
Good job of holding right here.
0-1 on Iglesias.
Now that's about 1 second from the time Ventura moves to the time it hits the glove. And that's Ventura is going to throw about a 1.9 down there, so that's 2.9 seconds combined, and that's not enough to steal the base. You need about 3.3 seconds or more for Anthony Gose to make that bag.
So you're talking about a 1.9 compared to what you need at 3.3, so that is pretty sizable.
Well, I'm saying 2.9 combined between the pitcher and the catcher.
Gotcha.
Versus I think he needs at least about a 3.3.
3.3, okay. Fouled straight back.
Coming right at us. Again, Ventura less than 1 second, so that's pretty tough. He does a good job of holding the ball. So it's great. I mean, we could show you a run matrix that would tell you that obviously you're going to have a better chance of scoring a run if you're on second base with nobody out. But you have to be able to make it.
0-2. You think guys like Ricky Henderson or Vince Coleman or some of the elite base stealers throughout the course of the game paid attention to times, or they just go when they wanted to go?
I think there was less attention paid to base stealers. I don't think the guys were as quick as they are now. But they had, extreme ability as base stealers. They're some of the best in the game. I mean, Ricky Henderson, you got to argue, is the best in the history of the game in stealing bases. They were really good at picking up things from the pitchers. They got unbelievable jumps.
Ricky himself said he was the best at stealing bases.
How did he say it?
I'm the greatest.
Did he say Ricky was the greatest?
Yeah, he probably said Ricky's the best.
Well, he was. I played against this guy, and he was. It was tough to deal with. And he got on. He was going. You couldn't stop him.
High fly ball down the left field line. Moustakas. That was going to be a really tough play. Unable to get there.
Maybe a little break for the Tigers right there. That's a very tough play from Moustakas. Didn't look like Ben Zobrist out here in left field got a real good look at it. Was running hard after it. Good break for the Tigers. Let's do something with
it. Kinsler will be next. A leadoff bunt single for Gose here in the 5th. Ghost gets back. Anthony was caught stealing in the first inning. And a perfect throw by Butera. Another one right down the bag, and again Ghost back in there.
So in Ventura's career, 2 stolen bases, 4 caught stealing.
So swing and a miss, down he goes. That's pretty impressive. I know he hadn't been around all that long, but still.
That's a guy to shut it down on. How's that? Hopefully he bounces one in the dirt and can advance to second.
Here is Kinsler. That was the 3rd strikeout of the game for Ventura, whose pitch count continues to elevate. It's at 81 now. Ian's ground ball resulted in a run in the 3rd. It also turned out to be the biggest play of that inning. He beat out a double play ball. And then Victor Martinez followed with a 3-run homer. Ghost again draws another throw. The first time the Tigers faced Ventura, they put 4 up against him in 1 inning. They've done the same here with the 4-run 3rd. That last outing was back in May. He gave up 4 runs on 8 hits in 6 innings. Good swing there by Kinsler. Fouls it back 1-1.
Anthony Ghost staying at first. I'm pretty sure he's got the red light right now from the bench. Usually you give a guy like Ghost the green light, but you do have the option of putting the red light on, and this would be a guy that I personally would do it for.
Grounded foul. 1-2. The other thing about Ventura last year, and yes, he had a great year, but he also pitched a lot of innings in postseason, so some extra work for him. In fact, the most innings pitched by a Royals pitcher last year in the postseason. Over 25 more frames. Now time is called.
And if they should get into the playoffs again this year, that would really be taxing on the young kid's right arm.
And now time called as Ventura refuses to budge with Ghost at first base.
He's doing a real good job. Not many guys pay attention to the detail like that. Again, as a manager, to have a guy like that that does that is very valuable.
Ground ball to 3rd. Moustakas has it, goes to 2nd, 1 of the relay. Hosmer can't scoop this one. That'll keep the inning alive.
We've been talking Hosmer up, and has a chance here on the double play ball. This is pretty much assuming it's going to happen. And again, getting down into him right there by Ghost, and Hosmer with a rare non-scoop. They're coming after him down there today. Tigers are playing all out today. I like to see it.
So the inning continues, and we'll see if Victor Martinez has the same magic he had after Kinsler beat out a double play ball in the last half inning.
Let's take a look at the Bell Tire pitch by pitch. The last at bat, Victor Martinez come at him with fastballs. Ventura did early, away early, then he pitched him up. Then he fouled a couple pitches off, stayed alive, and the big 3-run home run put the Tigers up 4-3, and that's where we are now.
What kind of activity we have on that home run?
Some convective activity, some vertical lifting off of that the ground is cooler than the air, so you get that lifting action.
Is there some meteorology in your background somewhere that I don't know about?
Maybe.
Here's the 1-1. That'll back him out of there. 2-1.
I do some random reading.
That is pretty random.
Somebody asked me if I watched HBO today, and I would rather learn about convective activity.
Nice. 2 balls, 1 strike on Victor. That's high and away. Now 3-1. JD Martinez lurking on deck, so it's not getting any easier for Ventura.
Yeah, Ventura being a little more careful this at bat when you give up a 3-run home run to a hitter previous at bat. It makes you tend to be a little more careful and picky.
Drill deep to right field. Victor has done it again. A 2-run shot. His second home run of the day. 6-3 Tigers. Victor's back.
Well, we were begging for it earlier, and back-to-back home runs. And he was being careful with him. He was throwing the fastballs earlier in the at-bat, but he gets something off speed here. It looks like a changeup, 86 miles an hour, and we were commenting that Victor wasn't sure he got his previous home run, but he knows he's got this one.
This was a no-doubter. And the Tigers have added 2 more. They lead by 3 now, 6-3. Big day for Martinez, a 5 RBI day. Way high, 2-0 now on JD Martinez.
With hopefully more to come.
There's nothing going on in the bullpen for the Royals. And Ventura has just thrown his 93rd pitch. He's gone to 3-0. JD looks at a walk, a 4-pitch walk.
Looks like the young kid trying to keep his composure right now. Tigers with good pressure.
Dave Island will come trotting out of the dugout for the Royals. Collins will get a chance to hit. Now they finally get somebody warming up. Franklin Morales, the lone lefty in the KC pen, starting to heat up. So Collins, who had a blue single and a flyout, standing in now with 2 outs. And there's the strike. It's amazing how the little things in the game can have such a huge impact. If Hosmer picks that ball, it's still a 1-run game. And a guy that has won a couple of Gold Gloves, you expect him to do it every single time, just couldn't scoop that last one, and they paid for it.
Yeah, but he didn't. You know, you pressure teams to make plays in various ways, and the Royals have been very good at it all year. Tigers have done a good job of making it happen today.
Ventura throws out Collins. Inning is over. Victor Martinez has been the star of the day so far. He had one in the 3rd. Didn't think he got all of this one, but he did. He got all of this one. Here in the 5th, a 2-run shot, a 2-homer day for Victor.
had one rock inning, but coming down pretty good. Has 6 strikeouts. You see, it gets Zobrist, Morales, Kane, Infante. Good breaking balls mixture early. Butera there and Escobar. And then came back with the fastball, well located. The Tigers are on top here, 6-3, as we go to the top of the 6th.
So the Royals now will send up Lorenzo Cain against the right-hander Sanchez. There's ball 1 missing outside. Cain, Hosmer, Morales, the middle of the Royals lineup right now, a 3-run spread, 6-3 in favor of the Tigers.
And again, very important for Sanchez to have a shutdown inning. As you look at the Tigers bullpen down there, we know that Alex Wilson looks like he's the closer, maybe 1+. Bruce Rondon has had the 8th. So, you know, how do you get there? You've got 6, 7 right there before you get to the back end of your bullpen. So this is the inning that all major league clubs need their starters to get through, is that 6th inning. 7 is even better.
Cain is 0 for 2, strikeout, ground out. Only 3 Royals hits today. And Lorenzo loops one into right field. It'll be caught there by J.D. Martinez. Time for a game break now. Here's Mickey York. See, now pitchers, they're allowed to bat flip because they don't hit too many of them.
Well, Greinke can swing it, though. I'm going to tell you, he's a very good athlete. He can swing it. And they said that's his 5th one. And I saw that the Dodgers were down early, and they've come back 7-6. They're a very good ball club.
Eric Hosmer, the batter.
Would you flip the bat?
Oh, absolutely.
No, I wouldn't. I was just not taught to do that, although I would fist pump.
Yeah. We've seen a few of those in your career.
It was spontaneous, though.
2-0 the count.
Yeah, you never want to show anybody up.
No, you don't. And we kind of say that in jest, but we played a game in Houston 2 years ago where I actually saw a batter for the Astros. I think it was Carlos Corcoran. Flipped the bat after a single. He did a bat flip on a single.
That'll get you pitched inside.
Yes, it will. And or drilled. 3-0 is in for a strike on Hosmer.
Just can't help but think of when Nolan Ryan was pitching for the Astros. I had a ball off the wall, a bullet, and I went to second base, and he was staring at me because I hit it hard off him.
Nice.
And everybody said, you don't want to say anything to Nolan, he'll give you one in the chin.
Did you say anything?
I looked back at him and said, what are you looking at? For some reason he respected me and didn't drill me. I was a little naive at the time, and still am.
Hosmer, a single and a ground out of this game. Sanchez has retired 13 in a row. Rolled foul. 3-2 the count stays on Hosmer.
Pitch count up around 84 pitches now. Sanchez in pretty good shape to get through a couple more innings.
Meanwhile, Ventura is at 97 pitches for KC. Here's the 3-2. And he lost it, ball 4. It'll be a 1-out walk. Well, the Tigers host the Team Mickey All-Star Baseball Tour this Sunday when the Tigers face the Red Sox at 108. Special ticket packages include a limited edition Tigers branded Mickey Mouse hat available exclusively at tigers.com/Team Mickey. Good look at Liv. Now with 1 out, here's Kendrys Morales. Royals have not had anything going since their 3-run second, and Sanchez would like to keep it that way. Almost hit him. 1-0. That'll bring Avila out to the mound.
Good visit.
They want Morales to hit the ball to the right side of the infield. They've got him shifted that way.
And they're assuming that he won't go against the shift this way. Of course, there's nobody over here. So they're trying to pitch him inside.
Here's the 1-0. 2-0 on Morales.
Sanchez has been up to 117 pitches this year. That's his high. If you're not throwing strikes, you're not going to be around for that.
Two and one. Fastball up there, and Morales couldn't stay back.
Yeah, he wasn't going for the single there. He let it go. If the Tigers get into a bind here with Morales up there, will turn him around the other way as they did last night.
Soft liner into center field. Ghost plays it on one hop. It's a base hit for Kendrys Morales. 2 on.
Here's our Xfinity high-speed pitch, brought to you by Xfinity. 93 miles an hour, the low of 70.
Fourth hit of the game now for KC. Here is Mike Moustakas. Base on ball, scored a run.
Make a good pitch here.
High fly ball, shallow right field. Kinsler back, and Ian, one step into foul territory, makes the play. One pitch to get Moustakas out.
Well, he got the pitch. Got Moustakas on first pitch swinging. See where the target is. It's away. Ian Kinsler really did a good job here. Just a little thing. He positioned himself so no advance by the runners.
Here is Rios. Bases loaded, walk to force in a run back in the second. Royals jumped out to a 3-0 lead. The Tigers with 6 unanswered runs. Swing and a miss. Sanchez with the 0-1. Good stop there by Avila. 1 ball, 1 strike on the veteran Rios, who has been with several different teams. Broke in with the Toronto Blue Jays, a first-round pick of the Blue Jays way back. Spent 6 years there, and then the White Sox got him for 5 years. He's also been with Texas, and now with the Royals.
He's in the All-Star game in 2007.
Rios takes inside, 2-1. Even at his age right now, he can still steal you a base. He is 7 for 7 this year and has had 11 seasons of double-digit stolen bases. The 2-1. 3-1 on Rios.
Well, this whole inning, Anibal Sanchez has been behind in the count. He's asking for trouble. 3-1 here. Forcing yourself to make another perfect pitch. You don't want to throw the fastball down the middle. That's what the hitter's looking for, and of course the numbers show the 3-1 count is a bad count for the defense.
He lost him. That's ball 4, and that's going to load the bases. Second walk of the game for Rios. We mentioned the Royals just don't walk a whole lot. It's going to bring Jeff Jones out.
Yeah, we're going to get some action pretty soon. Sanchez now at 96 pitches, 60 of those strikes, but he's gone through periods today where he can't find the strike zone.
Yeah, 4 bases on balls. Or 4 bases on balls. There's action in the Tigers bullpen. Neftali Feliz warming up. Infante will bat with the bases loaded. Omar had a 2-run single in the second. Sanchez struck him out in his last at bat.
Dangerous hitter. You know he's got to throw strikes, and he'll be waiting.
Hosmer, Morales, Rios, the base runners. 2 of them reaching via the walk. And he popped him up. Left side of the infield. Castellanos coming in to make the play, and the threat is over. Sanchez makes a big pitch on Infante, and they leave him loaded.
Pitch, and he does, but this is not an easy play. Look at the length that you got Alex running down here. You got the sun coming in from this way. You don't want to catch that if you're the catcher. That's kind of one of the tricky ones, but the Castellanos makes the call early, and of course every infielder wants to hear that. You work on these plays in spring training. It's called pop-up priority. This is why you do it. Good communication. The Tigers make the play and get out of the inning. We've got a new pitcher too, Franklin Morales. 46 game this year, ERA of 2.45. Hasn't really walked as many as he usually has in his past. Features a fastball, curveball, the slider. He will throw a cutter as well.
So Morales takes over for Ventura, who is anything but ace-like today. Ventura was knocked around a little bit.
Well, it wasn't easy, but big performance from Victor Martinez today so far. Counts for 5 of those runs.
Ventura out and Morales in the wall side windows. Pitching change. It'll be Castellanos and then Avila and then Romine. 6-3. Tigers have the lead. In the air to right, Rios. 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll bring up Avila. Walking a ground out today for Avila.
Big walk started the 3rd inning. Romine fouled with the walk, and they both scored.
Ventura's line is complete. 5 innings, 6 runs, all earned, 8 hits, and 2 homers in this game. Meanwhile, Sanchez allowing just 4 hits. Morales missing outside, 2-0.
Sure, Alex will be taking here.
He is, and it's 3-0. Down the middle it comes, 3-1 on Avila. Romine waiting on deck. Ripped to right center field. That's going to get down. Get between Kane and Rios. Sevilla on his way to second. He'll pull in with a double.
Boy, Alex got into a favorable count. Works it to 3-0. Goes to 3-1. Looking fastball all the way. Morales comes in there with it. Drops the head of the bat on there with the lead with the nice double. Alex, not the fleetest of foot, but good technique right here.
He was smelling double.
Oh yeah, stand up double.
Romine looks at ball one. Romine also walked and scored in this game. He's playing first today for the Tigers. Batting right-handed for the first time this afternoon.
He can play anywhere.
Two and 0.
If you came down to watch batting practice for the Tigers, you'd want to follow Andrew Romine, because he would go all over the diamond. He'd take ground balls at first, ground balls at third, ground balls in the middle of the infield. He'd probably shag some in the outfield. And this is what utility role players do on any team. Of course, he has a few more positions than most. Haven't seen him in the bullpen yet.
He could probably do that. That'll get away, but not far enough.
Well, you have to always have an emergency third catcher.
And Romine was doing a little bit of that in spring training.
So he's the guy.
Yeah, I thought you'd been on the mound in the bullpen.
Yeah, no. So they had Perez earlier in the year, but he's gone. So
yeah, both of them in spring training would go back to the backfields and catch some innings. There's a strike call, 3-1.
And occasionally they'll go down and catch a bullpen here. They do bullpens every day. Starters usually, some do it on their second day after their start, some do it on their third day. Step in, catch a couple pitches.
That's to right field, playable for Rios. 2 gone. Hey, tomorrow night the Tigers play the Boston Red Sox at 7:08. Fans are invited to stay after the game. It's a fireworks spectacular tomorrow. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com. When you were constructing your teams during spring training and putting together your roster, guys like Romine, I think, carried added value, especially over in the National League. I think you would need guys that can play the multiple positions, but I think most managers are like that, aren't they?
Well, for sure. And the thing, not only can they play where they can play, but how comfortable are they playing there? And you want to do a lot of background check and understand, can they sit for a while, then play and be happy with it? It'd be a positive influence around the clubhouse. I think a utility player, the way they carry themselves, actually gives them a leadership quality that others don't assume that responsibility. Because people watch what people don't do. You don't want any complainers around, and when everybody wants to play, but it's just important that everybody has a good positive attitude around everybody every day.
1-1 on goes. There's a strike call.
And that's coming from a guy who probably was heavily influenced by a lot of negativity early in my career, because I was so critical. I get bogged down in my failures. And then after being taught and realizing and people sharing wisdom, understanding the positivity is the way to go. Prepares you for your next adventure or good play.
Well, self-criticism, I think, is something inherent really to all of us. I mean, we all want to be the best we can be, and sometimes when it doesn't go our way, it's hard to steer toward the positive.
That's what a good teammate's for. Just ask you to move on, pat you on the rear end, and let's go.
Low, 3-2 on goes.
Good at bat here by Anthony.
Should he reach, you got Iglesias waiting on deck. Tigers trying to tack on here. They lead 6-3 in the 6th. And Butera could not hold on to that one. I think it might have even knocked out a ball out of the pouch of the home plate umpire Winters. Sanchez been supported with 6 runs here this afternoon.
Still looking for more, though. Very good, very potent Kansas City Royals team.
And he lost it, ball 4. Two on now, 2 outs.
Well, you can see Anibal Sanchez 0-10 when scoring 4 runs or less, and 11-1 when scoring 5 or more. They do have 6. We're going to have a pitching change for the Royals now.
And Yost has signaled to the bullpen. That's going to be it with the right-hander Iglesias coming up. And Franklin Morales will face 4 batters in this game. He will give way to the bullpen. Royals have a wall-side windows pitching change here. We shall return in the 6th. Red Sox are coming to town. It'll be Joe Kelly and Daniel Norris.
It'll be interesting to see if Daniel Norris can do what he did in his first start at Baltimore, 7 1/3 innings in that opener. And of course, Joe Kelly has struggled all year for Boston, so we'll get after him tomorrow.
Well, in the meantime, work to be done here as Iglesias will stand in against Chris Medlin.
Yeah, coming over from the Braves, had Tommy John surgery. Fastball changed very good. Pretty good curveball. And of course, we have first to second if you're on first at some point. This guy has a lightning quick move.
Royals signed him to a 2-year deal in December.
Did he have 2 TJs?
Not sure if he had 2. I know he had at least 1. 1 ball, no strikes.
Not a real hard thrower. He locates. He said very good changeup. Good breaking ball.
You're correct, by the way. He had 2. There's a strike call, 1-1. Tough enough to imagine going through that surgery once, but to do it again.
You have to have a lot of determination. These guys have the surgery, have to rehab for now it's 12 to 14 months, and then if you have a second one, it may be longer than that the next time around.
to right field on a line. Rios is back there to end the inning. So Medlin comes in, gets the job done, and we go to the 7th. Well, we go to the 7th inning now here at Comerica Park, and the Tigers lead it by 3 over the Royals. They are trying to take 2 out of 3 in this series. That might be a nice little springboard with Boston coming in.
Well, if you win this series, you give yourself a chance to have a good vibe, good feeling going into the Boston series. I talked about in our open. You have the Royals again start the week off next week, and then the Astros. If you win those series, you feel a lot different about yourself than this week, and it happens all around baseball.
Drew Butera leading it off here in the 7th. Sanchez back out there. And he misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Last series win for the Tigers at home was early July, the 3rd through the 5th against the Toronto Blue Jays. A little bit high. 2-1 on Butera, whose dad Sal was a big league catcher. In fact, he played very briefly here with the Tigers back in 1983.
Did he catch with the Twins too?
He did.
Yeah, I think that we got in that brawl with the Twins way back in the early 80s. Sal Butera was the catcher. My responsibility was to get him off the pile.
Is that right?
We're still friends now.
You ought to go tell his son that.
Well, maybe he knows the story.
He probably does. That's low. 3-2.
No free passes here.
The Royals have 4 walks in this game. They got 2 of them in the last inning, but could not take advantage. Fly ball deep to left field. That ball is up there, and it's going to stay fair and go. It's a home run for the number 9 hitter, Drew Butera. His first of the year. Well, they didn't give the free pass, but he hit it out. And that's going to be it for Anibal, it appears. Yep. First home run of the season makes it a 2-run game. So Sanchez will go 6 plus 1 batter in this game. Neftali Feliz will come in, and Anibal will get a nice round of applause. We'll step aside. Another pitching change here at Comerica.
Montero, just a hanging slider. Anibal just did not have the feel late in this game for his pitches. And he's through 6 innings. Tigers lead 6-4, and we got a new pitcher. That's Tale Feliz.
He's going to face the top of the lineup here with the home run by Butera to make it a 2-run game. Nobody out.
And the Royals aren't going to go softly, you know that. They're going to battle all the way to the end.
Ground ball, base hit left field. That didn't take long for Escobar. So it's a single for Alcides Escobar. That'll bring the tying run to the plate. Calling all Oakland University alumni, students, and fans get a Tigers hat in OU colors and a ticket to see the Tigers play the Indians September 4th at 7:08 when you buy a special ticket package exclusively at tigers.com/special events. Here is Ben Zobrist. Ball 1. Feliz looked pretty good in that series against Baltimore. He made a bit of an adjustment. They moved him to the third base side of the rubber.
Yeah, and the results were very good after struggling in his previous appearances.
Two balls, no strikes.
Well, you got a 2-0 count here. Escobar on first. He will go, even though they're down 2 runs. Is that Blaine Hardy warming up in the bullpen for the Tigers? As we said, we're here in the 7th. You got to figure Bruce Rondon in the 8th, and Alex Wilson in the 9th.
Well, Feliz missing to go 3-0. Well, Hardy probably warming up for Hosmer. And then Morales behind him. They'd rather turn him around.
Yeah, they'd rather him hit off Blaine Hardy. Moustakas the same. Get down to Rios, you reassess.
Here's the 3-0. There's a strike. 3-1. Zobrist taking there, down by a couple of runs. 0 for 3 for Zobrist. Strikeout, ground out, fly out. Those at bats versus Sanchez. And strike 2 called. He took another one. 3-2.
Maybe a generous call right here. Looked like it was a little bit outside.
Very generous call.
Could have the runner on the move here. 3-2 count.
Runner goes, and he walked in. Ball 4. So Feliz comes in, issues a single and a walk. We'll put 2 on now, and now you got to deal with the meat of the lineup. Lorenzo Cain coming in, and Jeff Jones coming out.
Is that the 5th walk the Tigers have awarded today?
You are correct, sir.
So that's too many.
Well, especially we kept saying early in the game that the Royals are dead last in drawing walks.
So not even close to the zone. Royals taking the generosity. So they're going to go through Cain right here, and as you said, Blaine Hardy will have Eric Hosmer. Good time for a double play ball if you can get one. I wouldn't think Lorenzo Cain would be too easy to double off, though.
Cain is 0 for 3. I'm going to surprise you on this one, Gibby. 12 double play balls hit into by Cain.
That means he's hitting them hard, though. You need a 1 hopper right to Iglesias.
Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Well, Escobar centered a first pitch fastball, and good adjustment by the Tigers there. First pitch slider to Cain, and he misses.
Strike called, and now it's 0-2 on Kane.
Probably going to throw something expanding the zone here. See if Kane will chase. If you're Alex Avila, you want to hide those signs good. You don't want anybody to relay the signs from second base. So that just means it can't be the first pitch or the second pitch sign. You have to coat them up a little bit.
Soft line drive. They'll throw to first and get a double play. Oh, what a huge break there for the Tigers. Way off the back with Zobrist, and he's doubled up.
That's unusual. You wouldn't expect Ben Zobrist to do that play. And Lee's with a good head right here, takes and looks right over there. I was just hoping he would just turn and throw it to second. Took his time and took a look where his play was. Zobrist off the base, a big double play for the Tigers.
So Phillies will depart. He gets the soft line drive double play. Hardy will come in to face Hosmer. Base, and the lefty Blaine Hardy coming in,
settling in, has had good success for the Tigers, retiring 70% of the first batters he faces. That's second in the bullpen, so hopefully he displays that here.
Runner goes to third, and the throw down. The tag is not in time. Escobar swipes third base.
That's a good time to go because you replaced the pitcher. It's a left-handed pitcher, and he caught us by surprise. 2 down here still, and you want to concentrate on the hitter.
Lefties are batting just 177 against Hardy this year. That'll drop low, and the count goes 2-0.
His last couple of appearances, Blaine has struggled a little bit with command, getting behind in the count. Got to make a good pitch here.
There's a strike. 50th appearance for Blaine Hardy, which is now a team high for the Tigers.
That's a lot. Be up over 70 games by the end of the year.
Way inside, spinning Avila out of the crouch. 3-1. Rondon and Albuquerque warming up. Inside, almost hit him, but he walked him anyway. That's ball 4. Another walk in this inning for the Royals. We'll put him at first and third now and bring up Kendrys Morales.
Brad's going to stick with Blaine Hardy here because they like Morales hitting right-handed over left-handed. I think actually his average is better right-handed, but his power is better hitting left-handed.
And Hardy faced Morales last night of the ninth, got him to ground out for the first out of the ninth inning. There are the splits on Kendrys. Only 2 homers from the right side. 2-run game. Royals have gotten a run, and the home run by Butera. Drill to left field down the line. It's going to get down and go all the way to the corner. Running to third base is Hosmer. They're going to send him around. Hosmer coming home, and he will score. It's a 2-run double for Kendrys Morales. 6-6 game.
That's just smart hitting right there. Morales knows that he just walked Eric Hosmer. He comes in with the ball out over the plate, and he gets jumped. Just a little up in the zone, and he gets it off the end of the bat and just tucks it down to that left field corner. As you said, now we have a 6-6 tie.
So the Royals scored 3 here in the 7th. Here is Moustakas. He'll bat now with the runner at second and 2 outs. There is strike 1.
And another walk scores.
So Sanchez will now get a no decision in this game.
Can't get bogged down in the disappointment here. You got to stop it here. Morales on second. Got to get this batter right here.
Checked it low. 1 ball, 1 strike on Moustakas. 2-out, 2-run double by Kendrys Morales. And Morales now with 76 RBIs this season.
He's really picked it up this year.
Yeah, what a clutch performer he has been for the Royals. He comes through again and again. 2 more 2-out RBIs. Little pop-up foul back out of play. 1 and 2 on Moustakas. Morales with 42 out RBIs this year. That leads the American League.
They hurt. Those 2-out RBIs hurt. Keep innings going. Make you use additional pitching.
Here's the 1-2. Little chopper slowly towards second base. Kinsler on the charge. That'll end the inning. However, they tie it up with 3 big ones. And is coming up now the Consumers Energy 7th inning stretch. Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be. When it's time, come to Comerica. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. See why Chevy drives the Motor City. And by Wallside Windows. We can do that. We are the factory. Brand new ball game as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. A 3-run 7th for the Royals has tied it up. It is 6-6. And as we go to the bottom of the 7th, we have a new pitcher now for KC. That would be right-hander Kelvin Herrera.
Yeah, here's another guy that's got a pretty good fastball up there around 98 miles an hour. Pretty tough on lefties. A little bit of a reverse split. 49th game for the Royals so far this year with a little 2.09 ERA. A whip of under 1, which is very good. A 1.5 or under is desirable, so the further you get away from the 1.5, the better. You can see he's doing pretty good.
Well, he's going to have to face Kinsler, Victor Martinez, J.D. Martinez. See if the Tigers can make it happen here in the 7th. All tied up now, 6-6. Royals bullpen coming into play today, 2.26 ERA, the best in baseball. RBI today for Kinsler, and he looks at ball 1. 6 runs, 7 hits for Kansas City, 6-run, 9 hits for the Tigers. Neither team with an error today. Bounce again, 2 balls, no strikes.
Six walks from the Tigers today. Kansas City has issued 4 to the Tigers. 2-0 count here.
Fouled away, had a rip on 2-0. Herrera got the Tigers 1-2-3 in the 8th inning last night. Had a rough outing on Sunday in Toronto against the Blue Jays when he issued a season-high 3 walks and gave up a couple of runs in the 8th.
When you get these guys that throw hard like that, that's kind of the key. Same with Aroldis Chapman.
Now he's gone 3-1.
Really, both sides have had trouble commanding the zone as we've gone through this game today.
Victor Martinez waiting on deck. Three and 2 on Kinsler.
Herrera pretty much fastball, change, an occasional curveball.
Fly ball, right field line, slicing away from Rios. He's on the move, but it's going to go foul.
That ball came in there at 98 miles an hour, so Ian knows he's got the changeup. You got to wait a little longer. Too risky to try and get the bat head out on a 98 mile an hour fastball with 2 strikes. If he throws that changeup, you would have no chance. Crowd still got energy, so let's go.
Bouncing ball to third, foul. 38,919 your attendance today on a sunny afternoon here in the Motor City. Red Sox coming in for the weekend. Another good crowd here at the ballpark.
Yeah, a lot's been going on here within the organization for the Tigers this year. And crowds have been great. Still have great attitude about their team. Great support. Very important for the club.
Kinsler continues to battle. He's turned into an 8-pitch at bat so far.
Pretty much all fastballs.
Again, the 3-2. Another foul back out of play. So Kinsler waiting on the 10th pitch in this at bat from Kelvin Herrera. And another ground ball foul, this one third base side. Making him work.
Yeah, you'd think that he'd throw a ball after all those pitches. 11 pitches so far.
11 coming up.
We'll take the free pass with V-Mark coming up. Got a good feel about V-Mark today. I wonder why.
Maybe the 2 home runs has swayed your thinking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Drilled to left field out of line. Zobrist with a sliding play. He held on. Boy, that was a big battle, and had Kinsler reached after that at bat, it would have been huge.
Yeah, little top spin there. Pretty good concentration. Actually got his glove down underneath. That ball actually hit the glove, which is on the ground. Got the glove underneath it. Makes the catch.
Brad briefly was looking at the video, or had Matt Martin look at the video, and that clearly showed that the catch was made.
Yeah, he's got the leather between the ground and the ball.
Well, here's your guy, Victor Martinez.
Our guy.
Okay, our guy. 3-run shot, 2-run shot, 5 RBIs.
Wouldn't it be something?
Ball 1. Well, Menards brings you the big money encounter, and Victor Martinez with career multi-homer games. The first one with the Tigers. Did it 3 times with the Red Sox, 3 times with the Indians.
Wonder how many times he's had 3 homers in a game.
Today could be the first day. Who knows?
Yeah, he's going for that one there as a changeup. I guess I heard that he just did it 1 time with the Indians. So he's capable to do it here.
Now the 1-1. Again, a pitch out of the strike zone, 1-2.
Something off speed again. Probably going to go with the fastball up and out of the zone.
Boy, his baseball changed when you're turning a 91-mile-an-hour pitch off speed.
Yeah, that's a live arm from Herrera.
Fouled away.
It's another one. I saw 4 fingers down there. Is it 90 again? 91 actually. A little harder. That is his change. I think that would be good hit speed.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Yes, you've got probably enough differential there from your fastball, but it's still good hitting speed, though.
Well, but you're looking for 98. So it's not as easy as it sounds.
And again, the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes, and there are 2 gone. That's 100 miles an hour.
Reach back, got a little extra after throwing several off-speed pitches in a row. Victor can't catch up. Looks like a 2-seamer.
Think back to your playing days, Gibby. Were there as many guys coming out of the bullpen that featured 95 plus?
No.
I mean, not even close, right?
No. No, there's a lot more nowadays. Not sure why, but they're bigger, stronger. They throw the ball faster with much more regularity.
95 and above, he's had 12 of them. JD waits on an 0-1. Make it 0-2. That one in 99, he's reaching back right now. Here it is. Martinez single walk in this game. He is 1 for 2 officially. Swing and a miss. It gets away from Butera. Can JD get there? Yes. Boy, a break there for the Tigers.
Herrera throws the breaking ball there, well out of the zone. JD swings. Butera can't catch it. And We get the free pass via the strike him out, pass ball. That's probably going to be a wild pitch.
No, pass ball.
That's a tough call.
Yeah.
So how do you score that?
You mean my scoreboard?
Yeah.
A K for the strikeout.
I got that.
A dash. PV.
I got that.
Ball.
I didn't put the dash in there. I just.
So you got to have the dash. You got to separate the K and the PV.
See the breaker ball. He hasn't seen this pitch yet. He's getting it in there pretty quick. You see guys swing like that. But Tigers catch a break here.
Collins, the batter. Swinging and a miss.
Not sure Tyler Collins saw 100 miles an hour yet. He gets started off with a changeup. Using that pitch a lot. Pretty good movement on that pitch.
Now the 1-1 runner goes, and it's fouled back out of play. They had JD on the move there. 1-2 on Collins.
Well, he does have 2 bases, 2 bags. Has been caught once. Tigers just went for the surprise steal. That's what you got to do when you get these late innings like this to beat the good bullpens. Catch them off guard. Catch a break. Get them in.
Two and 2 the count.
Good take there.
That was on the edge of the strike zone, according to Mr. Foxtrack.
Missed the target, the umpire's not buying it.
Here's the 2-2. Just got a piece of that one, and he stays alive. 6-6 game. The Tigers had a 6-3 lead coming into the 7th, and then a home run by Butera and a 2-run double by Kendrys Morales tied it up. That double by Morales came with 2 outs. Collins trying to battle his way on here. Runner goes again, swing and a miss. Struck him out to end the inning. So Herrera strikes out the side. We go to the 8th. At the #1 app for live baseball. At bat is up to the moment. At any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at bat on your smartphone or tablet.
So let's take a look. Last night, Bruce Rondon, who's the present pitcher, is just coming into the game for the Tigers. Tigers looking for an 8th inning guy. Excellent job last night. Holds the Royals down from coming back. Handed it off to Alex Wilson. He got the save. Got a little fired up. He's up to the challenge again today. We'll find out.
Yeah, the key for Rondon, consistency now. We'll see if he can do it in back-to-back games. This will be his 19th appearance as he goes to work against the bottom 3. Rios, Infante, and Butera.
Yeah, all the Tigers pitchers well rested. It's unlike earlier, probably in July, where Brad couldn't put anybody in roles because he was just keeping them healthy. But the good starting pitching performances, Brad's trying to put guys in roles, and Rondon's got the 8th again today.
Rios has walked a couple of times in this game. First time it came with the bases loaded to force in a run.
Of course, you know Bruce Rondon was watching Herrera, so think he wants to match that 100?
Well, he came out at 98. That one at 99. He's getting there. Rondon replaces Hardy. Feliz has also pitched in this game. Here's the 1-1. Tried to hold up, but he went.
After throwing the 98, 99 mile an hour fastball, comes with this breaking pitch. Rios is totally fooled.
Swing and a miss.
I tell you, Rondon's slider's really come a long way. Earlier he was getting underneath it, leaving it up in the zone, and this is a good put away pitch. Starts it about at the knees and breaks down into the dirt. That's a perfect put away pitch.
That'll bring up Infante. You know, so much is made about that 100 mile an hour fastball. I think for Rondon, and it's probably the same for anybody that throws that hard, his secondary pitches will determine whether or not he becomes a really solid guy at this level.
And then the other thing is whatever the velocity is, he's got to have the ability to locate that fastball from time to time.
0-1 on Infante. Omar pops it up foul, back out of play. No balls, 2 strikes.
Tigers looking to get a clean inning out of Bruce Rondon. Score a run. Have Alex Wilson come in to shut him down. Rondon would only be good for 1 inning, I would think. Alex Wilson possibly 2.
One and 2 the count. Wilson came on and pitched in the ball game last night, but he threw only 6 pitches. They got the final out of the 9th.
Before that, August 2nd, he threw 1 inning and 13 pitches, so he's well rested.
No doubt. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Infante is out. Vila will locate it, throw him out.
Again, good put away pitch. There you see the slider, the grip. Good camera work right there. Hey, Alex didn't know whether it was going to bounce. Does get a piece of it there in the 5-hole. Throws it down to first. 2 away. 2 strikeouts.
So here is Drew Butera. .100 mile an hour fastball from Rondon. Butera, big home run in the 7th. It got him started. Brought him to within 2 runs. They eventually tied the game. High pop up. Third base side. Castellanos battling it. And he'll make the play. 1-2-3 for Rondon. Nicely done. We go to the bottom of the 8th.
the third inning, Ian Kinsler beats out a double play ball. Big play because the next hitter, Victor Martinez, hits a 3-run home run. Didn't know whether it was gone, but it was. Then in the fifth, same thing. Kinsler with another double play ball. Harry Cosmer cannot make the pick. Next hitter, Mart with a big 2-run home run. No doubter. 5 RBI for Victor Martinez today. Tigers in a tie game here as we go to the bottom of the 8th.
Well, let's see if they can untie it here in the bottom of the 8th. If they do, it's going to have to come against one of the toughest customers in the major leagues, Wade Davis.
Yeah, he's just been dominating. Really blossomed here since coming over to the Kansas City Royals. Got it all. Big, tall guy. Lanky, got good velocity. Good secondary pitches. 47th game. Look at that ERA, .60. That'll tell you a little something.
Castellanos, Sevilla, Romine, the bottom 3 facing Wade Davis.
Now, if you're Brad Ausmus, you're thinking right now, if Castellanos gets on, do you pinch, run Raji for him? Bonavilla? Or do you wait and save him for Avila?
But all these things you're thinking about right now, aren't you?
Yep. Well, you got to make a choice. I mean, if he gets on first is one thing. If he gets on second, it's another thing. If he gets on third, if he was to hit a triple. But you could do it for Castellanos or Alex. Because you have Romine, he could move anywhere. You could put McCann in there if you run for Alex.
Little chopper, Davis, ninth athletic play there to throw him out.
But those are the kind of things that are going through Brad's mind right now. Wade Davis pretty good at defending right there. Ball almost gets over his head, but makes the play.
Avila has a double and a walk today. A couple of days ago, in fact on Saturday, Wade Davis gave up a home run to Jose Bautista, which led off the 8th inning, and that was the first round tripper he had given up as a reliever, like ever, like since returning to the bullpen, and that covered about 479 hitters. There's a strike called on Avila.
Well, just dominating stuff. Hope we can get a hold of one.
That 0.60 ERA leads the major leagues among pitchers with at least 40 innings. And Avila looks at a strike. Now it's 0-2.
That's a nasty breaking ball. I mean, here's the third straight guy comes out of the bullpen throwing 96 miles an hour plus. You can see the breaking ball is very good, and he drops it in there for a strike as well. So he's got control of it. That's why he's so dominant.
1-2. Romine on deck. We're tied at 6 in the 8th.
6 feet 5 inches tall, so he's got a lot of angle on those pitches as well, making it that much tougher. Scrap a walk out, get on base any way you can.
The 2-2 rolled foul. Davis began his career with the Rays, and at that time was a starter.
Actually came over to Kansas City in a trade with James Shields, and he was hurt for a while, wasn't he?
He was. Then he transitioned to the bullpen and made 73 appearances last year. Right back up the middle into center, right by Davis. How about that? Avila now on with a base hit.
Pretty good hit right there. I mean, he threw him a changeup. It's the first changeup he's thrown. Alex, good job right up the middle. Right up the box. Gets on first base, and here comes Raji.
So Davis will pinch run here. Avila coming out of the ball game. Rajai taking his warm-up sprint down the right field line. He's ready to go. Both of these teams have a weapon on the bench that can really run. Of course, Gerard Dyson for the KC Royals and Rajai Davis for the Tigers. Grounded foul.
Now with Rajai, you know if there's a gapper, he's going to make it for sure. You can ask yourself, do you want him to steal right here? Be pretty hard guy, pretty hard pitcher to hit and run off of. You know Rajai wants to go.
And there he goes. Here comes Butera's throw. It's going to sail into center field. Davis will get to third base. Oh, and a big break there for the Tigers. Go ahead run at third with 1 out.
Well, Rajai, good job of forcing the issue right here. Pretty good jump. You see him get a little walking lead. Butera actually has a good ball to throw. It's a fastball up in the zone, but the ball tails on him. And Rajai over to third base. Tigers got something working here. And on third, 1 out. Bottom of the 8th inning with Andrew Romine with the chance to get him in. They'll have the infield in.
That was the Chevrolet high-strength steal of the game. E2 charged to Butera. Infield coming in now. Here's the 1-1 to Romine. Didn't go. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, you got to make up your mind now. Again, this comes from Brad Ausmus. Do you send him on contact, or do you make it go through? They could squeeze here as well. Again, I think Wade Davis would be very hard to squeeze off him. He's got too much life on his pitches. You can see Moustakas standing over there close to the bag, keeping him close.
And it is a squeeze, and it's bunted back to the screen.
Caught me off guard.
Well, they had Rajai coming.
Yeah, you can't fault it. You got to go for it. You see Rajai, when you're squeezing and you're the runner on third base, you got to wait until the pitcher's going towards home before you go. Romine did just a good job of getting the bat on the ball so he didn't hang Rajai out.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Romine. Go ahead, run at third, infield in. We're in the 8th.
Shows you how much confidence Brad Ausmus has in Andrew Romine.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Romine will be thrown out for strike 3 as Davis holds at third. 2 gone.
There's that nasty breaking ball down in the dirt.
That is 4 strikeouts now for the Royals bullpen in the last 2 innings. Now the defense can relax back here with 2 outs. We'll see if Ghost can deliver.
I think they're going to stay in at the corners and take that bunt away from Anthony. See Hosmer still in on the grass, as well as Moustakas.
Hey, we've got a visitor on the field.
I saw that. Think he's looking for some peanuts.
Uh-oh. It's going to pay Davis a visit, it appears.
What do? You chase him down and tire him out so you can pick him up?
I don't know what you do, but
put him asleep. Look at Omar Scout. He's walking right over there after him. Go find you a towel. Wouldn't want to get bit by that little fella.
No, I wouldn't either. What's Butera going to do now?
Trying to get him out the field, I think. Shoo him down into the dugout, down in the batting cage.
Problem is he's got nowhere to go. Nobody's going to let him in the dugout. He's trying.
Have a seat and enjoy the game, fella. Look at the camera well there. A little uneasy feeling.
A little. Oh, they've got their heads on a swivel now in the dugout. Here's Ghost. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Anthony, a bunt single. One of his 2 hits, that bunt single, came in the 5th inning.
We'll see some breaking pitches.
Just missed the outside corner. 97 from Davis. Saw 100 from Herrera.
Yeah. Herrera 100. Davis, he's up around 97.
Foul back. And now it's 1-2 on Ghost. Rajay Davis still standing at third with 2 outs. He stole second base, took third on a bad throw by Butera. Here's the 1-2. Way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here he comes again. The squirrel has reappeared.
What are he's looking for?
Food. He's going to make his way to the outfield. And so this is going to make Davis again walk off the mound and wait.
I think he's looking for a tree. I don't think he's looking for food.
Well, he's not going to find a tree on the field.
Maybe a flagpole.
I think, and I'm pretty sure here, the squirrel is a Tigers fan trying to take Davis out of his game here. Making him wait.
I hope it works.
Zobrist's trying to shoo him away.
Well, we've had birds on the field before. We've played with them. What's holding us up here?
He's turned around again, heading back towards Zobrist.
Oh, now he's going out the bullpen. Wonder what his nickname is.
Davis ready with the 2-2. It's popped up foul back out of play. It's kind of chilling now on the warning track. Six game. We're in the 8th. Good block there by Butera. Saved a run. Now it's 3-2 on Ghost.
A real good at bat by Anthony Ghost. This is a very, very tough pitcher he's facing. Got an electric fastball. Very good curveball. I don't think we'll see a changeup here. Alex whacked that one. I wouldn't rule out a breaking ball down in the bottom of the zone.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out to end the threat. So Davis strikes out a pair. We are headed to the 9th. Got a little squirrely here in the 8th inning. Still a 6-6 game.
A lot of people here hopeful that it won't, but certainly we'll catch up with some of the guys. Victor Martinez, first multi-home run game as a Tiger. We're going to talk to him certainly, and talk to Anibal Sanchez as well. Of course, that home run to Butero was a costly one there, but otherwise a pretty strong outing from him as well. And of course, we'll catch up with the manager, Brad Ausmus, as well. All that coming up, full highlights and everything back in the Coliseum studios. But for now, we'll send it back upstairs to, I'll just leave it at this, Kirk and Mario.
We appreciate it. Very nicely done, Johnny. Alex Wilson now coming in as we go to the ninth. And Alcides Escobar will lead it off in a 6-6 game. Escobar, then Zobrist and Kane facing the right-hander. Rondon did a really nice job. Ground ball foul, third base side. 1 ball, 1 strike on Escobar.
The Tigers got Alex Wilson right where they want him. They want him up at the top of the order of the Royals. He's been really their most consistent pitcher all year out of the bullpen. Kind of, I don't know if he really admitted it that he's now the closer, but this is really his 3rd time that he's closed. He's trying to link your good pitchers up with the good hitters. That's where we're at.
Yeah, that's Brad's done a good job of that. Now bringing Wilson in against the top of the lineup.
Almost nicked him. Escobar diving. A lot of hitters will do that. They'll dive. It's just the way they hit. So pitchers will come inside to make sure you stand your ground.
Swing and a miss. 2-2 on Alcides Escobar. And a big single and scored a run in the 7th inning. Also stole third base. Little chopper slowly left side of the infield. Castellanos on the charge. Quick throw. Got him by half a step. Escobar nipped at the wire.
So good job of Alex. Comes in, sets himself up pretty good. This is a tough play. Nick does a heck of a job. Good strong throw right on the money. Good stretch. That's a tough play when you're at a full speed run and you got to lean down. The ball did not come up. Then you have to transfer it to your throwing arm and make a good accurate throw.
No challenge on that play. Clearly out at first base as Zobrist stands in. That's in for a strike. 0-1. Ben Zobrist had a walk in the 7th. 0 for 3 otherwise. There's action with the Holland and Matson now warming up in the bullpen for the Royals. That ball belted in the air to right center field. Ghost will get under it. 2 gone.
Sure, Holland will come in if they score. Matson if they don't. You can see the most innings pitched by a reliever this season. Alex Wilson is 4th. Lots of innings, but you always worry about wearing him out, but he's shown a lot of resilience and still seems to be throwing the ball well.
So with 2 outs here is Lorenzo Cain. Hitless this afternoon, hitless in the series. 1-0 on Cain.
The thing I noticed about Wilson is he's pretty good at hitting the target. Of all the pitchers that come out of the bullpen for the Tigers, he seems to have about as good a command as any of them.
Broken bat, single to center field. So Lorenzo Cain was 0 for 13 in the series until that.
Tigers will have to keep an eye on him. 19 stolen bases.
Eric Hosmer will step in.
James McCann, the Tigers' new catcher, though, pretty good at throwing runners out, 45%.
Pretty sure this was the battery when McCann threw out Hamilton of the Reds earlier this year. McCann had a pop time in that, I think, of 179, 175, something like that. Wilson, quick toss.
Looked like he was going, didn't it?
He was leaning. A little bit outside, 1-0.
Well, Alex pretty quick there. Right on the borderline of stopping at the top of his stretch. You don't see Bob Davison here, though. He's probably safe. Balkan Bob, you ever hear that?
Balkan Bob,
that's his nickname, Balkan Bob Davison. He calls the most balks to the bigs. Not as much recently.
That time Kane just to step off the bag.
Yeah, and I think he's got something on Alex. He's going back early. You look for keys here all the time as a base runner. Pitchers have tendencies and habits. I like this, but you got to watch that you don't try and become quicker than you really are, because you have a chance of throwing the ball away. He has no lead. He can't make it from there.
Outside, 2-0. So Hosmer now in a pretty good hitting count here with the go-ahead run at first base. Been on base 3 times today, 2 walks and a single. And it was Hosmer that came around to score the tying run in the 7th inning on the double by Kendrys Morales. Ooh, he dropped in a good breaking ball there, 2-1.
Eric Hosmer, very dangerous. He can leave just about anywhere on the field. He's got big time power. Got to make good pitches, keep him down in the zone. Don't want to leave something up here.
Three and 1 on Hosmer. Kendrys Morales on deck. Kane at first base with a 2-out single.
That lead is not big enough to go.
Swing and a miss, man. Hosmer had a rip on a pitch out of the strike zone.
He was going for more than a double. Sometimes you guess as a hitter, guess a strike, falls up and out of the zone. Should be a full count. Kane will be on his way.
Three and 2 on Eric Hosmer. Fouled away.
And one of the things, Lorenzo Cain is going to be going right here over at first base. You have a decision to make. Do you keep Romine right up behind him, or do you back off? Now, if you back off, he's going to go quicker. So it's kind of a catch-22. You have to make sure you don't bail out too early so Kane gets too big of a jump and can score on maybe even a long single.
Another foul back out of play.
Kane's getting his run in. Hopefully not too much.
Tigers have used Harney, Feliz, have used Rondon, and now Wilson here in the 9th. And again the 3-2. Inside. He walked in ball 4. That'll put 2 on. It's the 3rd walk of the day for Hosmer. That is 7 base on balls for the Tiger staff.
Yeah, that's again, we said it's too many. Got somebody, Judge Jonesy, on the phone there. Morales is not the guy you want to see at bat right now. Really the best that the Royals can sit up there in this situation.
2-run double in the 7th tied it up. He singled and scored in the 2nd.
So Alex Wilson, after getting the first 2 guys of this inning, having a little trouble.
Morales grounds it foul outside of the bag at first base.
He's ready, isn't he?
Always is.
First pitch double in his last at bat, tied the game. Going for it again from the other side. Last at bat was right-handed. This now hitting left-handed.
76 RBIs now for Kendrys Morales. Little time for 3rd in the American League with Mark Teixeira. Here's the 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. So Wilson now is about to throw his 20th pitch after getting Escobar and Zobrist. First 2 batters in the inning. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Kendrys Morales.
Much more favorable count here. 1-2. Gets Escobar on a ground out. Gets Zobrist on a fly out. And then you get a guy on base. Got to walk. Got the pressure here. You want to have that good count. If you can't get Morales to chase.
And the 1-2. 2-2 on Kendrys Morales.
That came out a ball all the way. That's not going to get anybody to chase that. Probably Alex overthrowing it just a bit.
Rally started with a single by Kane right up the middle into center field, and then a walk to Hosmer.
Good situation to be in right here with the Tigers. Get out of it.
Fouled away.
You nervous?
Yeah, I'm always nervous in these 9th inning situations. You're always cool, calm, and collected.
Got to put a smile on your face. What you played for.
Yeah, but tell me when you were in the dugout as a manager, you weren't nervous in these spots.
Just locked in. Just thinking about what you got to do. Got to be ahead of the game.
Probably don't have time to be nervous, I suppose.
That's the fact.
2-2 on Kendrys Morales. Low, and now it's 3-2. Well, they'll get the advantage of starting the runners here. Got Moustakas waiting on deck. He's 0 for 3 on the day. 3-2 pitch. Instead, he'll bluff to second.
I was just thinking of that inside move. Many will say that never works, but I have seen it work. Get yourself ready, make a good pitch.
He walked him. That's going to load the bases. So Wilson now has walked 2. 8 walks for Tigers pitching. And now Jonesy's going to come out to at least keep Wilson a breather here. Mike Moustakas will be standing in.
Well, if you're going to give the guy a chance to close, you're going to have to stick with him. And Jonesy's going out to have a little talk with him, try and get him settled down. That this inning is progressed. You know, more pressure, less margin for error. Good confidence builder when you get out of it.
Single walk. They are loaded up. Moustakas, who is 0 for 3 with a walk, will stand in. 6-6 game. We're in the 9th inning.
He had 24 pitches, 11 balls, 13 strikes.
Moustakas fouls it back 0-1.
Tell you what, these Royals, they get up there in these situations, they're all very aggressive early in the count.
Yeah, that's what makes the 8 walks a little bit surprising today.
The Tigers have got ahead a couple times. They've tried to make the good pitch, end up evening the count. Had a couple 3-2 pitches that they haven't been able to execute.
One ball, one strike. Really not much history between these two. Moustakas 1 for 2 against Wilson.
A couple armchair umpires in here cackling.
Albuquerque warming up.
This will be Alex's last hitter regardless.
High, ball 2. 2-1.
Come on, Alex, find it.
A 27 pitch inning after retiring the first 2 batters. Wilson trying to get that final out. He's gone to 2-1 on Moustakas. Two and 2 on Moustakas.
You want to go right after him. It looks like they're trying to throw him up and away. Perfect pitch right at the top of the zone. Moustakas swinging right underneath the ball.
Now here comes the crowd. Here's the 2-2. Popped him up. Left side of the infield. Castellanos squeezes it for the final out, and Wilson pitches out of a jam.
Third inning, 3-run home run, put the Tigers ahead, feeling good about himself. But then again in the 5th, this is a no-doubter. Put the Tigers up by 3. Yet we're here in the bottom of the 9th, 6-6 tie.
Here's our game summary. Martinez with a couple of homers, 5 RBIs. Kenrys Morales has had a big day for the Royals, and there are the final numbers on Sanchez.
6 innings pitched, you see. Boy, they hoped he would go a little deeper, but he didn't.
Well, we've got a pitching change now. Madsen will come in. Ryan Madsen.
48th game, another sub 3 ERA, 2.23. Great whip, 0.95. 40 strikeouts to 9 walks. Guy's arm is lively as well. Tall guy and sneaks up on you pretty good, but Tigers have a chance right here with Iglesias leading off the inning.
And we'll see if he can get it started now. First pitch grounded into left field, base hit. Winning run is on for the Tigers. Iglesias gets his second hit of the day. First pitch swinging.
What do you do here?
Well, I don't know, man. What do you do?
Well, I think you're going to swing away.
Yeah.
I don't see Kinsler. He's been swinging the bat so well. He's your number 3 hitter. Have a hard time buttoning, but if you do, you got Victor, JD, Tyler Collins behind him.
No sacrifices this year for Kinsler. He's swinging away, and it's ball 1 outside. A little bit of history between these two. 2 out of 4 for Kinsler against Madsen. That was the 11th hit of the game for the Tigers.
Is he wiping it off? Did you get those signs?
I missed him.
That's one of the things that happens.
Up and in. 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, Madsen being pretty quick to the plate, so I don't think you'd see him stealing. But it has a different effect. You see all these pitchers, they come in there because they want to be quick to the plate. They tend to rush, and it's harder to execute the pitch. So up in the count, 2 balls, no strikes for Ian.
Driven in the air, deep into left field, way back to the track, to the wall. That is a game winner. A walk-off home run for Ian Kinsler. The Tigers take 2 out of 3 from the Kansas City Royals, and they do it with a walk-off winner this afternoon at Comerica.
Well, we were talking about do you bunt or not. Ian Kinsler just been swinging the bat great. Brad makes a great call right there. And I didn't think he got it. It sounded like it got in on him a little bit, but he got enough. Good aggressive swing, and he got the walk-off. Pulled those arms in. This is just a great moment for this Tigers team. All positivity. Good job by Alex Wilson. Gets the win. Told you, just relax, enjoy.
6th home run of the season for Kinsler. And it's a walk-off winner to beat the Royals here this afternoon and take 2 of 3 from Kansas City. And the mob scene at home plate. Right now we check in with Johnny Kane, who has Kinsler.
All right, Mario, thanks very much. We're with the man of the hour right here, Ian Kinsler. Congratulations. Take us through that at bat there, buddy.
You know, I was waiting to see if Brad wanted to put the bunt sign on, try to move Iggy into scoring position. You know, he didn't put that sign on, and, you know, he fell behind 2-0 on me, and I was just looking for a good fastball to hit.
He's just wiping him off. How about that? Very respectful celebration from Iggy.
He knows.
Well, what does that say about your manager knowing that, hey, they could put the bunt sign on, but trusting you to swing away?
You know, I've been in that position.
You've been in that position. How does that feel, bud?
I don't know. How does it feel?
I think you took the brunt of it. Well, let me ask you, just because this series, obviously, it's against a division rival here, 38,000 plus on hand to watch you take on the Royals. You guys win this series. How big is this for this team?
I mean, there's a lot of booing, a lot of cheering, a lot of roller coaster rides during the course of a game, and we were able to come on top and get a big series win against the Royals. Hopefully this can catapult us into something big and start making a run at it.
Let's get on a roll. Congratulations, Ian.
All right, thank you.
All right, Ian Kinsler with a walk-off bomb here as the Tigers beat the Royals. We send it back to you.
All right, Johnny, thanks. An exciting afternoon as Ian Kinsler hits a walk-off home run. And the Tigers come away with a win here today.